Well, ho, ho, ho. How are we doing, everyone? Welcome back to another week of Barn Burner here with Flames Nation on the YouTubes and wherever you take it into your ear face holes. Snow day.
Yes.
Guys,
Yes.
you're at home? There is
Yep.
so much parking in Marta Loop today. We had two-way traffic open on the two avenues.
Yeah.
Wow.
You are full of shit.
I'm
I can
actually not.
I can only imagine how shitty it would be.
No one's here.
on-
No one's leaving their
on
house.
top of it.
They're doing what you're doing. I parked right in
Yeah.
front of the studio today.
If you can get there, Dean, it'd be great.
Can't get here. You're screwed. But if you
I could have got there.
Yeah.
But I felt it was kind of like, this feels like one of those days you could use it to your advantage. I'm pretty snowy, eh, guys? Hey,
I drove my
snowy?
kid
Where
south.
were you? That was early.
I drove my kid south. His school, they have skate. So went to the rink, and going south was no problem, but that northbound Deerfoot.
Yeah.
Gee, gosh, wouldn't
Do
Son
that
of a
every
gun.
day.
wouldn't recommend it for sure. Yeah. Have the brand new snow tires on the vehicle. Like, no excuse. Absolutely could have.
Yeah, Pinder too. He's ready to go.
Yeah.
So-
How are the winters?
You know what, Dean? I'm going to press pause on that. And for the sake of my marriage, we're going to move to the next topic. Thank you. Back to you, Dean.
Well, who could have seen it coming? In fairness,
This time of year, like late November,
yeah.
we never get snow.
Third week of November.
Now, I've had the quote for a couple of weeks.
Well, you got to mull that stuff
You
over.
really do.
Yeah.
When you say a couple weeks, there's a couple, two, a few, three.
Let's see.
Is it under a month? You know who is happy, Dean?
Who's that?
Shovelerino. It's
I
her
bet
birth-
she
She
is.
woke up to a birthday snowfall.
Oh, wow.
Is it her birthday?
Birthday,
Oh
just
my
with the-
gosh! You know what? You give her a little tickle for me, would you?
Huh?
Oh, Shovelerino. Nice. Yeah, you sent the photo there.
Out there,
Wow.
bright
She
and
was
early.
wasting no time.
Oh,
So
Oh, yeah.
nice. Yeah.
Just looking at the date, it was a month ago exactly.
Okay, so yeah, so a couple weeks.
Couple weeks, 2 to 4 to 5 to
Three being few. Yeah, okay.
uh,
Because I remember, I seem to think it's like we started talking about winter tires about the same time, and anyway,
yeah.
you know what? It won't be busy now, I'm sure.
no.
Yeah, I did have I'm going to be that guy and send you this text today. So just, apologies
mentioned
in advance
the,
for what's about to follow. But
Yeah, you mentioned the wife. What's that situation? What is that?
back to you, Dean.
Good. At least you got winter tires on her vehicle
Yeah.
for sure, right? Oh boy. Well,
Looks like traveling from Vancouver. They'll arrive Wednesday. Yeah. Okay. Like end of the week. No sweat.
no sweat.
Stay
I'll
home
sweat
a
it.
couple days and you shouldn't be out there anyway.
It's 7 blocks to school.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Here's one that's almost better.
Oh,
We got home yesterday. The one vehicle is in the driveway. The other vehicle we are in. And the dumb kid parked in the driveway. So there's two vehicles in the driveway.
yeah.
Ordinarily, we'd put mama's vehicle in, but we just parked on the street. Kind of forgot that, the kid's got his truck out there. Woke up this morning, snow. So 4 vehicles, all of them with a foot of snow on them, empty garage.
Nice.
4. You guys are collecting them all. That's
It's
not
stupid.
real.
It's stupid.
How's the insurance costs?
It's not great.
Oh, dear.
The thing is, though, when they're
These
when
kids
they're
are
all
cheap, right?
when they're all shit boxes, there's an 06 and there's a 2010, so it's not like it's a extravagant set of circumstances over here, but still, it's dumb. How was everyone's weekend? How do we do? Everyone all
A lot
right?
of rink time, a lot of hockey.
Yeah.
Saw Retro on Saturday. We were both at the same event. Our pals
Yeah.
at McLeod Law. Good to
I've
see
got-
them. That was good.
Speaking of the shoveler, there's a bit of something's going on here. I knew something was up when he was always ripping on her for being something.
Who's he?
And then Calgary's hottest couple, apparently.
Yeah, the photographer at the event came up and said, "I've been looking for you two all night," to the shoveler. And I said, "You are the hottest couple at the whole party." And I said,
To you and the shoveler.
"That's right, yeah."
Yeah.
And then we both had a big smile. And I said, "Isn't it amazing? Her dad's here too as well." She's like, "That's so lovely. I'm proud of you guys." Yeah, it was funny for a while. Right.
Yeah, it would have been funny for a little bit, for
I got
sure.
a great kick out of it.
Yeah.
Come on in. A little tighter. Let's go, you two.
You mean she didn't automatically throw the brakes on and say, no, my husband is right here?
No, she liked it too. It was pretty fun.
Good
laugh.
Yeah. So did you win? So it was it a McLeod Law event, or we were there on their behalf, or how did that work?
McLeod Law sponsored a charitable event that Rhett and I attended. It's the 12th annual, but I think it's early for McLeod and their sponsorship of said event. So they were excited to be there. Big crew. Good to see Peter and a bunch of the other crew that we're used to, Tammy and company. So it was great to catch up with them. A great cause, and I almost won a just massive, obnoxious, inflatable Santa Claus riding a motorbike that I'd have on the front step, and my wife would have had another reason to delete me. So luckily I lost the bid on that at the last moment.
That's too bad. Yeah, that's too bad. And no one won a motorbike? It was a motorcycle thing?
I didn't. Haven't heard yet. They're probably
I donated my golden ticket.
Did you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Nice.
Didn't think it was right to.
Well, that's you're probably right.
Jeez, I feel bad now.
Yeah. Smoker, we'll give it away. Doesn't seem right. Well, there was a lot on the go. We had a Grey Cup. We had a farce of a heavyweight fight. We had NFL football. Kickers are so great until Sunday, and then they couldn't kick yesterday.
They were so good all year. Everyone was automatic from mid-50s, and then yesterday you're seeing like 20, 30, 40 yarders getting missed.
Yeah. Anthony Richardson, incredible quarterback. Geno Smith, unbelievable.
Wicked.
Yeah, some real impressive performances yesterday. But as laid out on this show multiple times last week by the brash and confident Rhett Warner, the Buffalo Bills hand the Kansas City Chiefs their first loss of the season.
Yeah, they stomped them. Just like I said they would. They said, don't worry about the number. There's going to be an ass whooping, and the Bills are going to deliver it. So only sad part about it was I was not in attendance. I would have been ripped. I won't
You'd be hungover today.
Yeah.
I'd be hurt.
Snow day in Buffalo. Dry roads, snow day.
And
I wonder if is it snowing in Buffalo?
I think Bass is still horseshit. So
do you?
I don't like him. I don't trust him.
Kickers are weird like that. He felt so money just a couple of years ago, but it's fickle. Isn't it?
Know. I was excited. This guy's good. Ooh, you missed.
Yeah. Well, he was in good company. There were a lot. It was McPherson missed a couple or three last night.
Your Bears almost had a win.
The Bears,
blocked at least, not the Kickers' fault necessarily.
So if you're keeping track in the last 3 weeks, a Hail Mary to lose on the last play of the game and a blocked field goal to win. I will say this though.
Entertaining.
It's sunk its hooks into me because I literally had the butterflies. I'm like, okay, come on.
Let's go.
He hits a Dunze for the big I'm like, that's gotta be it. That's absolutely
there.
Yes.
We're in range.
Field goal. This is unbelievable. All right, here we go. And from that angle, it's so far away. The kick is up. Oh, I don't see
where'd the ball go.
It's blocked.
Of
course, it's blocked. And then it was like, okay, so I am sour, and I was I was into it, and so now I'm officially a part of the Bears Nation, I guess, whatever you want to call it.
Sure.
It's like, yeah, well, of course it didn't go in. Chargers look good
till they didn't. That was reminiscent of the 28-0 screw up in the playoffs against the Jags a few years ago. Remember that debacle?
Well, but
second half was a nightmare.
Yeah.
They did get a score in the second half, but not before they allowed Cincinnati 21 points in a row, which is almost double what they're averaging per game against.
But they held on to win, which is kind of un-Chargers-y.
Well, I know this new coach is helping.
Yeah.
I'm afraid they're actually good. They're 7-3. That's ridiculous.
You're afraid they're good?
Well, it's just, this team breaks your heart so often. You don't want to get sucked in because then they're going to hurt you again. I'm ready to get hurt again now, I guess, because I think they might be good.
Get hurt again. I didn't know that the hurting had stopped.
Well, you just quit
kind of
when
perpetual.
they're so bad. You're like, all right, just be awful and get a high pick.
Last year. We're going to have Frank Seravalli joining us, one of our hockey insiders, in 8-10 minutes, 10-12 minutes, somewhere in there. We'll have the Pinder Report today. I'm guessing a very busy one. We need to check in with our buddy Jack. I don't know if we didn't know if we're going to do the Jackometer today or tomorrow, but man, oh man, the Steelers.
Wagon.
Ravens, no big deal. Not a problem.
Jack was not worried about Lamar. He was
Commanders, right. Next. They're legit. Jack, how are you feeling, buddy?
I slept like a baby last night in my Steelers BJs.
Yeah.
I told you guys, Lamar's the shits against the Steelers. He was terrible. The Browns lose. The Bengals lose. The Ravens lose. I'm still in my pajamas. This is a great day.
26-10. Tomlin moves to, 16-10. He moves to against Harbaugh. Or am I off by a bit?
Yeah, and I think it's 9-1 in their last 10.
Oh,
and you're not wrong. Lamar's numbers against the Steelers, specifically in Pittsburgh,
no good.
No good.
Is he 1-4 now? 1-5.
Yeah, 1-4. Yeah, and we've got one of those kickers. Man, he is good. He might be the best kicker in the league.
Wow, just throwing things around this morning. You are.
Come on, he's so consistent. I don't think he's got the best leg, but he doesn't miss.
You are in the pajamas. I can tell. Truthfully.
No one's happier for a snow day than Jack.
Yeah.
Just cozy.
You gonna rewatch it today?
Here's the thing, though, Jack. A lot of pressure on him now. Eh? A lot of pressure on him.
A lot of pressure.
The
best kicker I've ever seen.
A lot of pressure on him now. Now they got these layup games. Oh, they can destroy the Browns. They're going to absolutely wallop the Bengals. Let's go. They're good. I wasn't sure. The schedule was softer than puppy crap, but that's two really big wins in a row. And you look at what you said, Dean, with Washington and Jaden Daniels, who's got the Rookie of the Year wrapped up already on the offensive side of the football. And then, Baltimore's a good team. They're a playoff team. Now Steelers have the inside lane for the division.
Unbelievable. Happy for you, Jack.
Mm-hmm.
Happy for you, pal. A lot went on this weekend. Some of it important, some of it not so much. We'll cover it here in a moment. It is a presentation of the Hearing Loss Clinic. Locally owned and operated, here to help. It's not just about hearing loss or impairment. It's about empowering everyone to be socially active, more connected with loved ones, and confident in every aspect of their life. When you can't hear, when you're missing out, you kind of shelter yourself. You back away from social situations, that sort of thing. This brings you in. I'm hearing things. I'm involved in all the conversation. And on top of all of it, studies show health risks like dementia, depression, and others have been linked to untreated hearing loss. Get it done today. 5 locations in Calgary, including the sparkling, shiny new one, the Chinook location at the corner of Glenmore and McLeod, and 5 locations in British Columbia. Go to hearingloss.ca to find the location nearest you and get yourself booked in for an assessment today. That's some sounds of the weekend here for hearing loss.
I want to go to the postseason. Yeah. That's what this shit means. Yes, sir. Go to their home crowd. Fuck them. Yeah.
Crosby's got a chance to get the Pens even again. Scores!
Honestly, I got like a ritual. Like when we lose, I ain't even getting a shower till early this morning. I just be mad. I just brush my teeth. But it's like I don't deserve soap. I don't deserve to do all that. I'm just focused on like trying to get back.
Creating greatness here, you know?
I dig it, Coach. Enjoy your shower, all right, baby?
Yeah, I'm about to get wise.
I know that.
Winners get wild.
Ovechkin sweeping one to the front. Score! The carom hits pay dirt. Ovechkin celebrates again. And away comes Washington with Ovechkin closing. Alex fires. He scores! To Dorofeev, turned back. Protas lobs it ahead. Ovechkin for the hat trick here. His 31st career hat trick seals the deal.
That one fired across and it ricochets back. Maybe a break for McMahon. He's in. He scores.
You are setting a monumental opportunity for kids my age to see the legend Mike Tyson in the ring for the first time. So after such a successful career, what type of legacy would you like to leave behind when it's all said and done?
What's the audacity? I think I want people to think about me when I'm gone. Who the fuck cares about me when I'm gone?
Herbert's been great to this point in his career. He's better now. You just watch him. Everything's under control for them out there right now. Except that pass behind. Nobody can do that like I do that. That is unbelievable.
You are undefeated.
And now Draisaitl turns it in, past Tavares. That's broken up. Back the other way. 2-on-1. Marner and Tavares. Bouchard back. Marner scores! Game winner. Vince Marner, his 200th NHL goal.
Come on! Let's go! Fuck yeah!
Please do us the honors. Check. I have to ask, right? What do you want? All right, Toronto.
And Dorofield, Eichel couldn't center it, he did, and Barbashev put it right through the crease, and Thompson covers it. Now Barbashev put it back out the other side, looking to tie it.
Tom Brady is calling for us on Fox right here at the top of the hour and through the magic of television. Hey. Look at, there he is.
You know, I gotta say, this technology is incredible. Ty, I feel like you're here, man. I feel like you're looking good.
Hey, this is insane.
You're an idiot. It's about outscoring the guys. Hey, sit down, asshole. Shut your mouth. I can say what I want. What are you, Marcus Hayes? Sit the fuck down. Jackass. You should have 5 more points. What game were you? Get another light. Get another light beer, asshole.
Matt? I'm Mark. Matt Ryan. Take it on!
I meant to look. How old's Bill Cowher?
Oh, 60.
I mean, Jesus. He did not come up short there. He was all in.
67.
Is he really?
68 on May 8th.
Sheesh. It's gonna hurt your it's gonna put something out there. You gotta slip a disc or something.
In the hot
there you
tub
go.
a bit after that.
That's the sights and sounds of the weekend. A presentation of Hearing Loss Clinic. Again, 5 locations in Calgary. The new Chinook location. She's a beauty. She's a beaut. 5 locations in BC. Helping you hear better is simply their way of helping you live better. Book an assessment today. HearingLoss.ca.
I feel like that kick to the face in pickleball was excessive.
I like that. I didn't see that. That good
sends
stuff
a message.
right
You got to do that earlier, though.
Well, yeah, I think obviously he was very excited.
Too excited.
Fuck yeah. And went for the high five, and guy just kind of, he was going to tap rackets there.
Yeah.
And he went with the high five and knocked it out of his hand. And I guess that was the breaking point for Buddy.
I feel like if that's America, somebody's getting sued.
Think?
Oh, 2 people. Yeah. We're dueling lawsuits at this point.
And dude, because you almost have to watch that a few times, which I did putting it together. Because his buddy comes over, he's like, "Hey, what are you, hey," and the guy's kind of like, whatever. But the guy who does receive the boot, he's cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
He is
Curtains
lit.
So jacked. Yeah.
All right, tap rackets. Oh, you're pretty aggressive.
Oh, it is a good
and
kick.
dude is.
Please do it.
Oh, I can't believe
the hat is good. There's a lot there. Yeah, there's a lot there. Did you like the coin toss for the Grey Cup?
It was great. Right on.
Now here we go with the this will be heads and this will be tails. And I guess I need to ask one of you which side of the coin you're going to be picking. I'm never done a coin toss before. Congrats to the Toronto Argonauts, by the way, on a I believe they won yesterday.
Nobody does mess seasons and wins the Grey Cup like the Argos. It is
That's true.
How many years they'll wheel in at like 9-9 or some shit, and then they're lifting it.
Yeah,
no
like, I don't even know.
Obviously, no one cares. If it was Regina, it'd be pandemonium. No one cares in Toronto today.
Yeah, Toronto has 3 wins on the season, but came in through the West, and will make it to the Grey Cup. And congratulations in the Grey Cup, and no one cares.
They got like a 700 winning percentage in Grey Cups. They just anytime they go, they just win.
What do they
10-point spread at the start of the week.
Is there a parade? Do they have a ceremony? Because I'll tell you what, there'd be nothing sadder than a parade for the Argos in Toronto.
It's the wrong city for a parade for the CF. Raptors had a good one, but yeah, maybe a tailgate, Rhett. Hey, we'll meet at
tailgate. That might be good. That would be good enough. They should go to Buffalo and watch the Bills play.
A tailgate party, no parade. Let's go.
Parade down to Buffalo.
You guys might be on your own here.
Oh,
you're good. You're good.
My wife did about a 3-hour Zoom thing the other night.
Mm-hmm.
No problem.
Yeah, buddy.
Really?
I'm at about 1,000 on this one. Anyway, hey, you know what we got? We got our Hockey Insider.
Oh, good.
Backed by popular demand as well.
He's doing some good work today I'll get to it in a moment, but the literal theme of his show today, right up our alley.
Is that right?
I believe so. I saw the headlines and the teaser on the YouTubes. Yeah.
Beautiful. It is time to go to the Insider Hotline, a presentation of Crystal Waters, your crystal clear choice for all residential plumbing, heating, and cooling services. Only about, 30,000 jobs, it's no big deal. Jeez. 23 years of experience. It's not too shabby. And the best part, if you're a barn burner listener, watcher, fan, dare I say, need a new hot water heater, AC, or furnace, you'll receive discounts and upgrades up to $1,000 in value. Crystal Waters. Plumbing and heating is your crystal clear choice for home comfort. Call them at 403-219-4100 or check them out at crystalclearcalgary.com, from dailyfaceoff.com, from DFO Live, from DFO Tonight, from DFO After Dark, from DFO Daily, DFO Cribs, Frank Seravalli. Hello, Frank.
For barn burner, whatever it takes.
Whatever you need, whatever it takes. Whatever it needs, whatever it takes. So, okay, so let me in. What's going on? Pinder set you up.
What was your show topic today?
What's happening?
Well, we had a great many topics. We did spend a chunk of time talking about the Boston Bruins. Talked about the Washington Capitals and Alex Ovechkin and his assault on the record books. We talked about the Ryan Reaves hit. Talked about the Chicago Blackhawks and Connor Bedard's inability to score. What else did we weigh in on? I don't know. Anything happening is that's what happened.
Okay. Maybe I was looking at our show. So
either way, this is quality.
It's great.
Quality.
Nothing like a heavy tease with minimal research being done and then walking to the wall. That's what I've done for us here, guys. You're welcome.
Overpromise, under-deliver. It's what we're good at.
Every day, 5 days a week.
I guess we can get in on any of those things. Why don't we start with Alex?
Heavy tease. I feel like there's something to unpack there.
Wait till you get a load of what Frank's got today. You know what? Let's we haven't talked about it yet. The Ryan Reaves hit on Darnell Nurse. 5 games, and it's not. I mean, it's an ugly one. He's out cold, or at least he is severely concussed. I don't know how long he's going to be out. It's
a really poorly executed, poorly timed hit. Do I think Ryan Reaves barreled down the ice thinking that he's going to get Darnell Nurse right in the chin? No, I don't. I think the suspension was appropriate in length, and it was a clear-cut shot to the head. We've made an example out of hits like this for years. Ryan Reaves knew it at the exact moment in time. And he also made his way down the hallway at Scotiabank Arena to apologize to Darnell Nurse during the third period in person for the hit. So always like to see that, but is a guy who plays on the edge and clearly crossed the line.
Yeah. If he's not, I'm going to say, if it doesn't look as bad as it does, if there's not blood on the visor, if he's not concussed, if it's not as graphic, is it still 5, or do you have to, or because some are saying this should be 10. I don't know. Warner, you took a look at it.
I know he's going in for a hit and he gets him on the chin. And like Frank said, I don't think, very rarely do I think guys deliberately get after a guy's head, right? Like I don't think that's even part of the process. So, but you still do it. So I heard about it over the weekend and people are screaming he's going to be out forever. I'm sure he's got some sort of history with the discipline committee, but how do you determine whether it's 5 or 10?
Can we roll this one more time? Because I want to ask Rhett what he sees here. When Nurse is rounding the net, and look, timing is so much of this,
spot where you're just playing. You're just playing the game. You're out there. You're not even thinking. I think for a lot of you're not even thinking about it getting T-boned anymore. And then all of a sudden, on one particular shift, one player decides, I'm going to level this guy. It's going to be more than just separating the player from the puck. I'm going to hit this guy. And then that's what happens. It's not anybody's fault, but I just think that's where the game's at now.
I think that's a huge part of it. He does not look. He goes back into a corner, picks up a puck as a defenseman, and never takes a look.
Reaves is on the ice. You should know where he is, right? Especially if you're back getting a puck.
And it's
and
not
again, we're not blaming the victim here. Like Reaves, you got to find a way to not take the head here. I think 5's totally appropriate, but you guys are right. Like most of the hits we see up for suspension, guys are totally not ready to get hit, and they have the puck.
We are 0.3 of a second there from that being a shoulder to shoulder monstrous hit.
Yeah. A clean one. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, get well, Darnell Nurse. I don't know what the Oilers
5 to 10 days, they said.
Yeah.
This morning.
So not exactly what they need there. We were talking with Dregs on Friday. It was about a year ago, 6 months ago. It was Marty Necas is on basically whoever wants Martin Necas, you can just call up whoever's the GM at the time and get him out of there. He is now the fastest player to 30 points in franchise history. He is on an unbelievable tear. He's a monster. He's top 5 in scoring. It's quite a turnaround. Obviously, guys are good, but to be basically trade bait to top 5 in league scoring in the first month of the season, pretty rare.
I'd say borderline unprecedented. I mean, we're talking about a guy who during draft week last June was on his way to the Buffalo Sabres for a deal completed in principle, in which he turned around and did the unthinkable for Rhett and said, I don't want to play in Buffalo. Don't want to sign here. So this is a guy that the Hurricanes knew was a really talented player that was asking for more opportunity and ice time, that has also signed an incredibly inexpensive 2-year contract relative to production so far, that the only thing I'm left wondering at the end of this is what's his actual ceiling here? His previous career high is 71 points, and he's like almost halfway there, not even a quarter of the way into the season. So can he get to 100? He
had 53 in 77 games last year. He's got 30 in 17.
His career average over an 82 game stretch is 52 points. I mean, he already has 30 again in 17 games. So I would argue that a lot of what we've seen to this point is probably not sustainable, but what if this is just different? What if this is a guy who in his 6th full NHL season, and there's probably a long list of these guys that find a way to break out and become, for lack of a better term, game breakers. That's exactly what the Carolina Hurricanes have been missing the last few years. What if he is that?
And you know what? Around Carolina, we were never going to trade this guy. We knew.
No, they're not flat earthers. They're not deniers.
Well, and they got a decision to make like as soon as this summer. That's when you can extend him now. It's 6.5 this year, 6.5 next year. They bridged to make the problem go away. He wanted a long-term deal. They weren't comfy. That's where this all started. The old man chimes in. Now they do have to make a decision this summer. Walk this guy to UFA, trade him, sign him.
I think it's the best possible position you could ever be in if you think about your roster construction the way the Carolina Hurricanes do. You mean we could buy 2 insanely cheap years of Marty Necas production and then potentially let him go or trade him? Mm-hmm. I mean, they're in a no-lose situation.
And have 2 more years to really feel like you know what you're buying or not buying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How much are we?
It's real good right now, but to your point, he's been a 50.
Yeah. What if he stays at 50 points, 6.5 steep for a winger, because he's not playing the middle. He's had like 30 draws all year, which is basically the amount a winger would have when your center gets thrown out or penalty killing and shit. So he's still not a center, but this production, no one saw coming. I don't even think Marty saw this coming.
How could you? What would you hang your hat on to say, oh yeah, I predict this?
Right.
So what's going to happen in Boston? I know we've been circling around these guys, but they're not really pulling themselves. They're 8-3. They lost in overtime Saturday, but were beaten 7-2 in Dallas on Thursday. With everything that's gone on, we had the goalie stuff before the season. They traded the other goalie. There's just a lot going on there. It just feels like Monty's got to go. That's the word, just the drumbeat coming from a lot of the fans and the people in Boston, that it's time. He's got to go.
I don't know that I buy into that. I mean, did he just wake up and all of a sudden forgot how to be a good coach? Like, I don't think that happened so far this year. When you hear some of the things that come out of his mouth after games, he's almost exasperated. I mean, he was critical this weekend of his team's, quote, lack of juice. Like, where does that comes from? The players inside the room, the guys with the skates on, not the coaching staff. And I guess through the whole, like, take a holistic 30,000 foot view here, my big thing is the Boston Bruins need to put a stake in the ground. You're either extending this guy who's a lame duck and in the last year of his deal, you're either saying right now, Jim Montgomery's not going anywhere, we are keeping him, get used to it, or you make the change now and you've got plenty of runway left for your team to rebound under a different coach to be better, to make sure that you make the playoffs and have an opportunity to win. So do it right now. Don't wait longer, but one way or the other. I don't know that there's one path is better than the other, but just do it now.
I guess the other thing is too, are they better than an 8-3 hockey team?
Of course they are.
To what end, though?
Look at that. How often are the Boston Bruins with Jeremy Swayman in net? Are they going to be the 26th ranked team in goals against? He's kicking in 888 this season.
They've also tried to play Zadorov as a top pair guy. That's a disaster. Even top fours can be a little much.
But I think
you have to acknowledge there's some more weakness here than there was last year. No,
he's a 4. He's a number 4 in the NHL.
Okay,
fair or foul?
Yeah, I mean I think that's probably fair. But they had him playing with McAvoy 23 minutes a night at one point.
That's a mistake. And look, guess what? Lindholm has really struggled in his own right. If you listen to Lindholm, he sounds not too far away from like Brizgalov lost in the woods, need iPhone compass. Like he said, I'm out here just skating up and down the ice and I don't even know what's happening. So he's really struggled to make the transition. But then again, am I concerned? Not really. Like remember what he said when he arrived in Vancouver last year? It was very similar, like not too long after getting there, and he struggled. But then he turned it around and was unbelievable for the Canucks in the playoffs. So I think this team finds a way to sort it out. I think Swayman and their defense are too good not to. And you mean to tell me that the best producing line for the Bruins for the remainder of the year is going to continue to be their 4th line? Like at some point, Pasternak, Lindholm, Zaka, like all these guys are going to start to click, I would think. And they're still 500. It's not like they're way far out of it. They're 2 wins away from being in second place in the division.
Where do you rank them in that division? Because I mean, Toronto's it fits in spells. Florida looks great. Tampa, I think people were down on, but it looked strong at times. Then
I have them 3rd.
The young team's pushing. Who do you have ahead of out of that group?
The Lightning. And I know Tampa has been kind of hot of late. But for me, I think Tampa is still like a 98, 99, 100-point team. I think the Bruins can be slightly ahead of that.
So Warner give the side eye with the Elias Lindholm's lost, Retro. He's just he's got to find his way.
I feel terrible for him. I feel terrible.
What did he ever do to you?
He asked for 9 a year times 8. That probably was the breaking point.
It's still kind of amazing through all of that he ended up getting what he got.
I agree. We thought he cost himself 20, 30 million. It might only have been like 10, but like he was just okay for the Canucks down the stretch, better in the playoffs, but they played him as a 3 seed with like Garland and Dakota Joshua. It wasn't like he was, top 6 running the power play. Like I sort of think of him as like a super plumber, like a really, really good secondary piece. But if he's your 1C, I don't know, man. I really don't. That's why I'm not as bullish on Boston.
What if he was a winger?
But
right? Like, what does he get paid if he's a winger?
But what if, like, the Bruins did better last year with Coyle and
Zaka?
Yeah, I mean, you can't. I don't know how you could argue for me that the Bruins on paper roster wise, and then go look at Linus Hallmark's numbers in Ottawa. I don't know how you could look at them on paper and say the Bruins are worse than they were last year.
Wow. Nashville is Nashville, right? Like different pieces matter.
Yeah, and I guess.
And on paper, you're right, but sometimes it doesn't always equate. Anyway,
I don't want to overlook DeBrusk leaving and Heinen and JVR, and like they did certainly lose some goals for sure, but I think the Bruins are better than they've shown.
I just wonder about Lindholm, just because, like, fine, you want $9 million. You're here last year. You have your year to prove it, and you pout your way out the door. Like, you didn't even show up and play. I don't understand. Like,
you should be if you're a Flames fan, you should be over the moon.
I am happy with it. My point is, now he's in Boston. What kind of person and teammate is he? Like, he has, for me in Calgary, when things are great, he was, if I'm with the 2 best players, I can be okay. And as soon as that,
he actually needs to produce. I don't think he's a driver.
Isn't that nice? That's my biggest beef about all these guys that think they're good. Yeah, I'm good if I'm with McDavid and Draisaitl. Oh, well, no shit. If you're good, you drive the bus. You're not a freaking passenger.
All of which brings us to Connor Bedard.
Overrated.
Oh, jeez.
No goals in 9 games, 4 goals in his last 31 dating back to last season.
Didn't they just healthy Taylor Hall too?
I told you.
That, and that's where I'm at with this. Not to
first time in his career.
Yeah, he gets a healthy scratch. Teuvo Teravainen started with 7 points in his first 5. He has 1 in his last 13. And Tyler Bertuzzi is on a milk carton. And yet, because it was in Vancouver and because Bedard is from North Van, all of a sudden, read all the coverage and look at everything over the last 48 to 72 hours. All of a sudden now the Blackhawks are back at our pets' heads are falling off stage. And I just refuse to believe that that's the case.
So what? They're still bad. You didn't expect them to be good? Like walk me through your position here.
Yeah, I would say that this team, let's say they have the same record, but Bedard is piling up points. Does anyone even notice?
No.
Let's say they get 2 more wins and they're 8-9-1. They hang on against the Winnipeg Jets earlier in the year, give them one of their few losses, and Bedard still is where he's at. Is anyone sounding the alarm bell? Probably not. They're like, oh, whatever. The Hawks are on pace for 63 or 64 points. Last year they had 52, taking a small step forward, but they're also at a moment in time when Bedard isn't producing. He's going to find a way.
Well, I think it works out better for the Hawks this way. I mean, I know if you're in Hawks land, you might not like it, and if they're benching guy, I don't know what the approach is. Oh my God, I forgot the coach's name.
Luke Richardson.
I was going to say Robitaille, but I don't know what. I mean, I guess if guys are floating and you're trying to just establish we have to at least work hard here. I don't watch the Hawks, but I would think at the end of the year, the Hawks fans should be excited if they shit the bed the rest of the way. You don't want to see Bedard fail forever.
Well,
but do you really?
The problem, though?
Yeah, but do you really believe? If you believe that, well, you go ahead. I don't.
You.
Yeah, I take that spot where you've got Bedard already in the locker room.
Yeah, and Levshunov. Yeah,
and we've got another high pick coming. It'll be all right.
I wanted to ask you if you'd like to move him, you could.
I think probably you could. Yeah, the
centers can't get
rid of his entry level.
I know you don't watch the Hawks, but if you get a chance, watch Alex Vlasic on the back end. I think he's like the next.
Is that the same spelling as Mark? Like that's not a.
He's huge too. Is he 6'8", Frank? He's monster.
No, he's not 6'8", but he's not. He's also not the heir to the Vlasic pickle throne, which we did have to figure out with Mark Edward, but he should be on the Team US Olympic team in 2026.
Really?
He's that good.
It's a perfect shutdown guy. That's your view on him?
I think he's really well balanced. I think he does just about everything well, and he doesn't stink at anything.
There you go, Rhett. Homework assignment. Hawks, Vlasic.
Plus, you get to listen to Rick Ball.
We'll reconvene
and you get to listen to Rick Ball.
Yeah. Another team I wasn't paying a whole lot of attention to, just kind of going through, looking at standings. The Detroit Red Wings. We talk a lot about the Senators. When are you guys turning things around? Well, Buffalo. You've been bad forever. It's not to the same extent for Detroit, but Stevie Y goes in, trades guys away. You're going to get younger. You're going to high picks, this and that. They're 1 point out of last in the East, 31st in goals for. Only Anaheim is worse. The Ducks beat them Friday night. But they're 12th in goals against. Cam Talbot, 5-3-1 with a 2.42 and a 927 or something. Dylan Larkin's got 10 goals in 17 games. DeBrincat and Raymond are just off a point per game. What's going on in Detroit? Is it clearly not just goaltending? They've got some nice pieces on the back end. I think everybody loves Mo Seider, and then up front there's some pieces there. Why are they scraping the bottom of the conference?
Because they're not a very well-built team. I mean, so you're going to tell me that the team with 5 goalies in camp is struggling in net, and the team that has 2 high-quality NHL defensemen is struggling to defend? And then the rest of the forward group, which has been surrounded by vets that are not cheap, that they've essentially tried to buy support for, you mean to tell me that doesn't work? I mean, the drafting part of this, if you actually go through pick by pick, the Wings have done a pretty nice job. But I think the development part and then filling out the roster, they're trying to put Band-Aids on a bunch of different holes. It's actually kind of like that scene in Vegas Vacation where Chevy Chase is walking through the Hoover Dam with the piece of gum. Like, every time you try and plug one leak, you've got another one somewhere else. And I don't know what their path out of this is, because their defense, as much as you want to say, hey, Mo Seider and then throw in Simon Edvinsson, those 2 guys cannot carry a whole defense core. They don't have the makings anywhere close of a playoff ready defense. And that's their biggest weakness. And then add in the goaltending factor.
Yeah.
Or just kind of contributes to it.
Yeah. I was kind of surprised that Talbot's numbers were as good as they were. Cause Ville Husso, not good. Jack Campbell, they put him on waivers and all that's happening with him. But for Talbot to actually not be all that bad, I just not losing faith in Stevie Y. It's maybe not a Stevie Y thing, but just everybody loves, especially you can imagine up here, Stevie Y. He's like a Captain Canada kind of guy. Everybody, goes to Tampa. Tampa's a great team. Goes to Detroit. He's going to turn them around. Just hasn't happened maybe as quickly as we thought it was going to.
Is there any chance, like, I'm not asking this to be an asshole, is there any chance that Julian Brisebois was a big part of their success in
Absolutely,
Tampa?
there is. Detroit's been a disaster for Stevie Y. Like, the shine's come off. It doesn't mean they can't be good, but like signing Ben Sherratt as UFA at the time seemed idiotic. They lose Jake Wallman for it. Give away a second with him. You could have got a second for him. Like, there's been some really head scratching moves.
I couldn't agree more. And the fact that also with the level of goaltending that's available every summer, you haven't found one possible replacement to at least carry this team until Sebastian Cossa can take over. Not acceptable.
What's up with Montreal? They're all of a sudden at the bottom. And I think a lot of people had them pegged for a step forward this year. They're young. Everyone loves the coach. Some people were suggesting Sam Montembeault would go to the Four Nations. He might need to go to the A. He can go to Laval, perhaps. I don't know. Like, it's been ugly.
It has, but I'd also say read Matt Larkin's piece on Daily Faceoff last week about the death of the 900 goalie, and then look at the quality of shots and volume of shots that Sam Montembeault has faced this year. He's actually been pretty good, believe it or not.
Yeah, that blue line's green, isn't it?
Oh, and that's exactly the root of their issue is, so they had a bunch of guys that they were trying to assimilate into their lineup. And then, oh, by the way, Mike Matheson misses time with a back spasm and Caden Gooley is hurt. And all of a sudden, a thin group is over its skis in short order because they just don't have enough there. And the guys, some of the other young guys that they want to see more from, Logan Mailloux is not ready to step in and be an NHL defenseman at this exact moment in time. David Reinbacher is hurt. And so they're basically trying to kill time or buy time. And it becomes this scenario in which the Canadians needed to take a step forward this year. They say to themselves, should we go out and trade for someone that could help us right in the here and now, but that we really only have in our plans for 1 or 2 years? Is that the best use of assets? And I think they've all sat back right now and said, probably not. It's painful right now. And our fan base has been really patient. And so is our owner. We're hoping that patience doesn't run out, but it doesn't make sense to throw good money or good assets after bad. They tried and took a swing on a few things, hoped that Patrick Laine would work out. He's been hurt. Another example. They need to make a move and trade Kovacevic in the summer because they have too many blue liners. David Reinbacher is hurt and the other injuries that I mentioned. Nothing has gone right so far this season in Montreal, and their best players haven't been their best players. I don't care what his point total has been. Nick Suzuki has played some of the worst hockey of his career in a 10 or 12 game stretch this season. So they've got a lot of work to do, and they should have been taking a step forward.
Okay, so you talked about Matt Larkin's article. Essentially, the gist of it, fellas, is that league average goaltending's flirting with 900 again. After 10 years ago, it would have been around 915 or so. Meanwhile, in Calgary, you've got a Calder-eligible player who's leading the league in 5-on-5 save percentage. Why is there no buzz about Wolf for Calder? I'm hearing all kinds of stuff about guys that are not nearly as impactful as the guy that's leading the league in save percentage at even strength.
Well, then you didn't listen to the DFO rundown today with Jason Gregor, because I talked about exactly that.
Thank you.
And look, for me, Dustin Wolf, if I'm voting today, is in my top 3 for Calder. The question will be, how many games does he end up playing? And what does that save percentage end up looking like as we get later in the year? We know, and Ryan Clark wrote a great story about this on ESPN.com last week. And in fact, you should have him on your show because he's a friend of the show and he's good. He said, why has it been since Steve Mason that it's taken so long for a goalie to win the Calder? And I think one of the big sticking points for voters is games played, impact, right? And a lot's also going to depend on where the Flames in the standings relative to all of it when it's all said and done. But I'll take it one step further. Not only should he be in the mix for the Calder, but if he continues to play at this level, the Calgary Flames are going to make the playoffs.
Rhett said it. The one thing that undermines a rebuild is elite goaltending.
He's a really good goalie.
They've gotten it from him. They really have. He's 6-2-1. And
by the way, Vladar hasn't been bad either.
No, he's had the tougher matchups too. Yeah.
Cooley's been ridiculous in the AHL.
And they have some structure. We didn't think they'd be good in front of them, but defensively they've been fine. It's offensively they've actually been struggling.
Friggin' Conroy.
If Dustin Wolf continues to play at a 920, 921 save percentage, the Flames will be in and the Kings will be out.
That's wild.
It's not hard to imagine at this point. I kind of agree. And I think Wolf is just starting to feel it.
I agree.
So what's an ideal total of games played?
50 plus.
If he plays that way, how don't you play him 50 plus? Like, you kind of have to, I think. I mean, as good as Vladar has been, and you can't criticize him at all. I just think if Wolf is going to put up those numbers, you're going to jump on board, because the question was, can he do it at this level? He's doing it. He's going to be your guy. And if he's going to go and show you that he's got it and wants it and is just starting to take, you're going to ride him. You're quickly going to ride, because he's not 20, right? That's the other thing. He's been seasoned. He doesn't.
4th or 5th year pro.
Yeah. How many games was he playing in the minors?
A ton, like a shit
ton.
The other thing, like Ullmark wins the Vezina with 48 starts 2 years ago, and people all of a sudden the Calder care about that. Like, that's ridiculous.
Don't shoot the messenger.
No. And I'm not blaming you, Frank, because you're level-headed. You always I agree with a lot of your voting stances. You made people publish their voting as the prez. I think you've done a lot of good work there, but it's so weird to me that you'd give away the best award for goaltending with a 48 game starter and no one has a qualm about it. And now all of a sudden, because the Calder, people care. Like, huh?
Well, you also can't like look at the rest of the class too, right? Like Celebrini was hurt for like almost a month, and then Stankoven has been good, but has what 4 goals to this point, and Michkov has been a healthy scratch already. So it's not like the rest of the rookie class has been absolutely lighting the world on fire. Why isn't Wolf getting more love?
I don't want to keep you for too long, Frankie, because I know you got stuff. You're okay for a bit. I guess just my only other thing was the argument is the teams that he's played, his wins this year: Nashville, Los Angeles, Montreal, Pittsburgh, Chicago, and Philly. Not a playoff team in that group, except maybe the LA Kings. But it's not his fault. He's put in the net and he's performed extremely well. I think it's now has won 10 of his last 12 going back to last season. You can't ask for much more from anybody.
Okay.
This was by design too, right? Like the Flames go back to, what the message was before Vladar started the season opener. The Flames are going to use him selectively and in spots to make sure that he has the best possible chance for success. It's when you get off to a start like this and you put up consistent numbers and you start to feel really confident that you can begin to take the training wheels off and throw him in there for big moments against big teams in big spots.
Yeah, if he starts Tuesday, it'll be 5 of the last 7. That would be a distinct change from the alternation we started the season with.
We'll let you get out of here. Appreciate you, Frankie. Have a good week.
See you guys
later. There he is. Daily Faceoff, our hockey insider.
See, he was talking about Wolf, and then I tried to tease him into it at the start, and he didn't bring up Wolf.
Well, you didn't remember what you.
Oh, I knew. He went through the topics and never got to Wolf, and I'm like,
I thought
made a mistake here.
You could have thrown him a little. Is there a goalie? Yeah, Flames goalie maybe.
I
could have tried to bait him a little bit.
Thought that was enough.
Crystal Waters Plumbing and Heating. It's your crystal clear choice for home comfort. Call 403-219-4100. Check them out at crystalclearcalgary.com. Yeah, the snow's fallen, but it's not bitterly cold yet. There's still a good reason to get Crystal Waters into your home and have them check out your plumbing, your heating equipment, and make sure that you're ready for the December, January, February that I believe is still coming.
Yeah.
Still coming. crystalclearcalgary.com is the website.
My furnace is cruising.
Just chugging away.
Purring.
Yeah.
The Wolf opponents thing is interesting because, again, it feels like it's a different standard for goalies, right? Like, I'm not here saying he should be the Vezina guy. That's ludicrous. But do you think Michkov gets loaded with D-zone starts against other teams' top lines?
I know. No, I understand.
Does? Like, they don't. They just don't. Like, that's how you treat rookies. You bring them into the league and put them in spots to succeed. And that shouldn't hurt Wolf. It's exactly what everyone does. You got a rookie defenseman, you putting him out there against McDavid all night, or are you trying to keep him away from McDavid?
And there's
they didn't even let me play against Gretzky the first time.
What the hell's this? Not new.
That was Wayne though. He had when Wayne asks, you just respect the great one. There's other things that happen inside of that game. It's like, yes, it's Nashville, and yes, he ends up shutting them out. But in the first period, the Flames were horseshit. And they were turning the puck over, and there were scoring chances. I know the shot clock that you let in 2 or 3 in the first, and okay, well, now you're out. Now Vladar is in, and now, okay, well, Vladar is going to get the next start. If he can, he hasn't really given them much of a chance to say, okay, we're going back to the other guy. He's been consistently strong.
When you think about his last 2 starts, the only thing that's beat him, they needed to go to like a 4-minute review of the cameras in the net to see if it crossed the line by a quarter inch. Yeah. They only scored 2 in each of those games. One's an empty netter. Like, they lose both those games if you get mediocre net money.
It just looks like a guy that's dialed in. Like right? Like
big time.
Just looks like he's totally comfortable being out there. What are you gonna? I'm here. Like, you're not gonna play me? Come on.
I know. I'm with you 100%, and I don't know how many points that equals, or people that are on the other side. Mishkov fans or Stanko, whatever.
But I don't give a shit about. I mean, it matters, and be happy for the kid to win the Calder. But
yeah, the bigger story is that he can play in the league.
Yeah.
Oh, and that's an understatement. That if he continues to be strong and confident and play like this,
he's got a decade.
Don't you feel like you've got an incredibly safe floor and you're still really excited that he hasn't really gotten close to the ceiling? Like, there's still a lot of upside here.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, well, is this an anomaly? And you look at his career and you're like, no, he's literally done this in every single league he's played in. Every single league he's played in, he's been too good for that league.
Probably the exact same scenario. Sorry if I cut you off, Ryan, but I guarantee you he went to junior as too small a goalie that had to be kind of, earned it. And he did. And then
the American League. Okay, well, this is different. Men now, Rhett.
This is pro. We're in the A. We'll
goalie of the year.
Flyer on this guy. Maybe give him a. No. I got it. Oof. Looks good.
Does look good.
And
he's screwing up this whole first-round draft pick thing.
Yeah, but it's okay. If you found a goaltender that's going to. Yeah. So
the other thing it does is it, like, because the start that Kuzmenko's had, it's not like you're like, okay, we're going to keep him now because, we're flirting with the like he's been rather ineffective this year. You're still selling him at the deadline, even if you are in a playoff spot.
I think the more important thing is that you got to remember Vladar's done it too. He's been really good. The goaltending tandem have made those average defensemen real comfortable.
Yeah, agreed.
Right,
and
like
Paul's
they don't
been so steady. Impressed with him a lot.
Just play solid. Let me see it. I'll deal with the rest.
And I'm trying to remember. Was it the Nyquist partial break where Uyghur has it and he kind of fluffs on and then falls down and he's diving at his feet? It's like, Jesus. Like even guy like Uyghur's making mistakes out there. But I mean, I'm like you say, you're going to have to, though, allow him to have some bad games because all goalies have them, right? Yeah. All goalies have them. And if in January or February, he has a shitty week to 10 days, a couple bad starts, like, oh boy, I don't know.
Who cares?
Everyone does it.
Yeah.
Everybody does it. And it's funny you mentioned, and it's not looking to shit on the guy, but Kuzmenko, I actually meant to bring it up last week. And that you made the point. I was going to say, we're past the point of, I'll give him a contract, right? No matter what kind of a run he goes on or what kind of points he puts up or how good the power play gets because of him, you're now past any consideration of signing him long-term, right?
Unless he's played himself into some sort of bargain of a deal. But I just think you've already got too many wingers. You want to see what Honzik's going to look like in the spring. If Jacob Pelche is putting in the work, you'd love to get a look at him. You're going to have guys coming in on ATO. A guy like Stromgren, you'd love to kick tires on. There's just, look, when he's hot, he can be a really dynamic player. You're not building around him. He's not a core piece. And he's going to turn 30 the first year of that new deal. See ya.
And I said we weren't going to shit on him. But it's kind of shitting on him.
Is that shitting on him? Very nice fellow. Great sense of humor. Love his fashion sense.
Love him. Love the fashion. He's I think he's probably great in the room.
Quote. He's not the only veteran not having a great year, but like it's the forward group that we thought was maybe their greatest strength that's kind of let them down since the hot start. They're not scoring a lot.
We weren't wrong, were we? The forwards are going to be just fine. Special teams probably going to be okay.
Yeah, but
the defense and the goaltending, eek, hang on.
They are just fine though. Like the forwards are just fine. They aren't as good as they were. They're fine. They're not.
I texted Pinder a screenshot about the power play and how shitty it's been, and your comment was, if they had special teams,
dude, they're winning the division.
Everyone, if you have elite level goaltending and 5 superstar defensemen and special teams that are like, of course, you're talking about. You don't have a $20 million salary cap of space to use. Like if you have everything. You're not battling for 8th in a wild card spot. But
they're leading this division right now. No one's run away. Like LA's not that good. Vancouver's been just okay. Vegas has come back to earth. Edmonton's hanging around, but have not been good. Like they're leading this division if they have special teams.
Well, even if it's just middle of the pack or not that.
They're the worst in the league at special teams goals percentage is what we're showing if you're just listening, not watching. Like it's them, Boston, Utah tied. Of all the special teams goals in the games they've played this season, they've got 30%. That means 70% has been the teams they've played. It's killed them, but yet it hasn't because they're still playing.
In terms of overall, they've scored 7 on 52 tries for 13.5%. That's 30th in the league. They've allowed 3 shorties. So 7 to the good,
plus 4,
3 to the bad.
And that 5-on-3 might have been the 2 worst minutes I've seen.
Oh my God!
All year, and that'd be tough competition. There's been some dogs of power
plays. The joke. Oh, you spent a lot. You were not a power play guy, But I have to believe that when a team is struggling on the power play and then you get an extended 5-on-3, you're almost like, oh fuck. As opposed to be like, let's go get them, boys. Be like, oh, Christ.
No, I disagree.
We're going to get one shot in a minute 47 of 5-on-3 here.
Muffin from 60 feet. That's their only shot.
A 5-on-3 should be a different situation. Like you
one shot
score on half or better 5-on-3.
Fellas, come on. As soon as I saw 5-on-3, I'm like, no one wants to be out there. Like, no, I got a skate problem, coach. Where's Depot? I need a new blade. I need something for my stick.
And poor Cale McLean's now tasked with this crew that cost Mark Savard any interest in doing it in Calgary anymore.
Oh, well.
Jeez.
It'll come around.
It did last year. Once things didn't matter anymore, and you
but what did it come around to?
Well, it was called Kuzmenko.
It was Kuzmenko.
It was the Kuzmenko office.
But again, if Kuzmenko wanted to play, the power play is probably better.
Totally agree.
Right?
He wants to do that for a month and a half, and you could pump him for another round higher of a pick at the deadline. That'd be great.
Now,
becoming more difficult to move.
I just want to go back, and I'm not looking to bury Frank at all, but
you are.
I'm not. I'm not saying that. Are the Flames play? Like, really?
Well, his stipulation was if Wolf keeps playing like this, and I agree. If you're going to get 920 goaltending,
but that's not some crazy outlandish thing. Like all of a sudden, if this guy gets 30 goals and if that guy gets 100 points, it's if the goaltending can.
They've had two dogs. They've had two dogs for games.
Back to back. Yeah, Vegas and
Utah. They were back to back, and the concern came out. We jumped right on it. We were like, oh, here it is.
Yeah,
here it is.
It's going to get ugly now.
Here's the Deadsville where the effort and everything falls apart. Yeah. Other than that, they've put in the effort. Any team in the NHL, the history of the game of hockey, if you go out and work and compete, you have a chance. Their goaltending's been excellent. If it continues, they're going to be in games. They aren't so shitty. Again, most of the injuries they've had haven't been to key components. And you know what I mean? You lose a Uyghur or an Anderson. Okay, trouble.
Yeah.
Right. But
same with the center. You lose Calder, Backlund, that'd be tough.
If you stay healthy and your goaltending continues, there's always, yes, of course you're in it. Of course. You've proven that you can.
And they played like 20+% of the season here, fellas. This is not like we're a week away from November or US Thanksgiving. Like that's sort of when it's like, okay, small samples aren't small anymore. They aren't out of games. Like to Rhett's point, they got pumped in Vegas and Utah on one road trip. They've been in every other game. Like they played Carolina tough. They played Winnipeg right to the final moments. Boston was an overtime game.
And that's the thing. It's because we remember the Carolina game. Carolina was better. The Winnipeg game, Jets deserved to win, but they weren't getting their doors blown off. Yes. And those are two of the top teams in the NHL overall standings. We're not talking about the Flames being at that level.
No.
Are you?
They're getting some backups still and all that, but that's fine. You can't control that. They've played with enough structure, work ethic, and goaltending that they just don't get manhandled. They don't.
I think they're coached well.
I agree. And look, is Kadri unbelievable right now? No, he's struggling. Is Huberdeau looking good? Not really. Like there's still could special teams stay this bad? Probably not. They're so bad they have to get better. Like there
Sharon Govich is going to go on a heater. He always does, right? Sharon Govich will get hot, and then Kadri will come around.
Yeah,
Zeri hasn't scored. Yeah, lumpy. It's a little lumpy. No, I'm doughy. He's lumpy. That's how that goes. I don't know. It's not where I thought we'd be.
I've had 4 or 5 people over the weekend come up and go, I really enjoy watching this team. I think they've got a chance of making it.
Yeah, and again, it's as fickle as goaltending is, right? If you stop getting saves, this could get ugly. But for 18 games, they've had good goaltending for all but 2.
I don't see the goaltending going away. I'm buying in. He's proven it's too consistent a pattern to. Can things go wrong? Sure. Can you have a bad game? Absolutely. It's too consistent a pattern, though, and it's a long enough viewing period. He's capable, and he wants it.
And I see in the comments people talking about it. Like I've spoke to someone in the organization about it. Expectations are a huge thing For whatever reason, whenever this team is expected to be good, they've struggled. Whenever people want to write this team off, they've been very good. First year of Darryl, they're probably not a playoff team. Win the division. They make the big trades. Okay, people have them beating the Oilers, coming out of the West, playing in the Cup final.
So deep.
But expectations are a thing. How easy is it to say no one believes in us? Bleep them. House money versus like, oh my gosh, we're supposed to win the division this year.
Don't discount. I mean, last year was a bad year, but I wonder how far back it goes with guys wanting to get out of here.
There's just so many of them, right? It was a dark cloud.
Exactly. You have a team. What is it? 10 guys?
It's 7 at least.
Like that, and 7 core pieces that I don't give a shit. There had to be rumblings in there. I'm going to probably bugger off here at the end of this year.
This guy's not staying.
He's not staying, right? Like it makes a difference. The other thing, these young guys, I think Lomberg's been a huge piece because he just goes out and has fun and works his ass off.
Yeah.
I think he sends a message to this is okay. Like you can just go play hard and have fun. If you lose, you lose. Doesn't matter. And I think there's been a bunch of kids that have played in the minors together. There's a bond there, right?
I agree.
So I think they have I bet you that room is way better than the last 2-3 years.
So let's go back to Dean. You and I were in Nashville for the draft 2 summers ago. We're on the flight. They trade to Foley. There's your first free agent. Michael Backlund ends up re-signing that summer. Oliver Shillington, it was kind of a weird space, but he was a UFA. And then 3-year top 5 defensemen, Hanifin, Tanev, Zadorov. Like Lindholm on top. There's 7. Like that's the job Craig Conroy inherited here. There's no way you can show up to work and think things are normal when a third of the roster and a lot of core parts, like Lindholm, your second pair, like they're all saying like, are they here? Are they not? Everyone's.
Hey, Craig, it's like the old trades. Yeah, they're really other GMs are gonna help you out. These players are like, listen, Craig, love it here. Just pay me $1 million or $1.5 million over market value.
Yeah.
I'm committed.
Yeah,
I'm committed.
Yeah. We had kind of said it. The sooner you can move past all of that bullshit and almost just hand the keys to the kids.
Yeah.
There's none of that. Don't worry about those guys anymore. There's some older guy, but whatever. You can see what's happening. And then what makes it worse / better, now there's some wins. And the kids are a part of it. Oh, look at Coronado. You got some goals, hey? Oh, Zary, you're playing top minutes and number 1 power play. Oh, everybody. Pospisil, you're at center, then you're here. You're a big part of what we're doing. I guess it is it kind of is our team, isn't it? And then you make the playoffs or come close to it, finish 9th.
You gotta, I'm making quite a statement here. There's top 10 teams, there's middle 10 teams, and there's bottom 10 teams, even though there's 32. But right, you're going to end up in the middle with
this. Feels like a middle 10 team. Now, listen, you can do some things to affect that, and goaltending is crazy.
What can you do? Nancy Kerrigan, Wolf's knee. What do we?
You trade Rasmus Anderson for 2 firsts.
I see.
But the problem is you're still too close to the playoffs. You're not moving any of those guys.
No, you're not touching any of this till March or Feb, whenever the deadline is.
At the earliest.
And you're still going to end up in the middle. But the problem is you might end up in the middle outside looking in.
Remember I had that middle drop at the station?
Yeah.
In the middle. Yeah.
Something McBride. What was her name?
That right now. No, it's what's her name? She showed off her thing she was on stage.
She streaked. Is that her?
No, she was that's whatever. I have something for you, Rhett.
Good.
And you too, Ryan.
Oh.
But I brought this up the other day. A guy that we forget about. You talk about all the players that you used to play in the league, and some of them live here in Calgary and go whatever. And as us, we forget, I guess that guy was pretty good. Now, Marty Necas, Carolina Hurricanes, 4-point night against St. Louis. He's got a 13-game point streak. 25 points in 13 games. That is the 3rd most points during a point streak at any point during the season in franchise history. 3rd best. 2nd best, Mike Rogers had 39 points in 18 games in 1980-81. Wow. 2nd best. Number 1, Mike Rogers had 39 points in 17 games in 79-80. Mike friggin' Rogers.
Weapon.
Unbelievable. I think it was maybe the day you weren't here, Ryan. Were you here when we were talking about Rogers? It was last week or the week before. It was like, you forget how good friggin' Mike Rogers was.
Mike Rogers was unbelievable. And I didn't know it halfway through my first year in Calgary. I'm like,
who's this guy?
Oh, you played? Oh, that's nice. Good for you. Then you look it up, you're like, played? Oh,
yeah. I was the same way when I got here, and Mike's doing color with Peter Marr. It's like, Mike Rogers, he probably played, I guess, a former player. Yeah. Oh, captain in the NHL for New York Rangers. Okay. Oh, wow, a lot of points there. Okay. I need you to apologize to you. You don't know why, but I just have to, because I was not giving you the respect you clearly deserve. Awesome.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong. Like, that's the WHA era, and I think he had some time outside of the league, and that just kills these guys. The same reason, like, the whole Marleau games played thing feels hokey, because, like, Gordy had hundreds in a league that was, like, this much worse than the NHL. It's kind of screws up the legacy a bit, right? He's playing in Hartford in WHA. Huh?
Quit taking shots at Marleau. What do you know?
Yeah, that's me. That's
Hartford Whalers joined the league in 79-80. He has 44 goals and 105 points in 80 games.
Jeez.
What does he do the next year? 40 goals, 105 points in 80 games. Gets sent to the Rangers. Well, maybe different. 38 goals, 103 points in 80 games. Next year, some injuries, 76 points in 71 games. Okay, I'm sorry, sir. You were very good.
So if you add his 6 seasons in the WHA, I mean, the resume is pretty special.
Yeah, it's something. And a hell of a good guy. And loves Tootsies.
Does he? Who doesn't? To be fair, that's a good character test. Someone doesn't like Tootsies, like, we're done with you. We don't need
He and Rico, they were packing the cowboy boots and Western shirts for the road trips where they were in Nashville. As you should. As you would. There's some other stuff I'll save for later, I guess.
Yeah, we got lots of days to talk about it.
Lots, yeah.
We do this every day.
Do we? Even if it's
tomorrow, we'll do it.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's game day. Got to do it. Helmets and everything.
Isles.
Yeah. The old Islanders. Did you see Brent?
That orange and blue? What do you think?
Who?
Kuzmenko? Did they trade him there? Yeah.
Oh, I see. I saw Brent Sutter is going to be inducted into their Hall of Fame.
Wow, nice.
The Islanders Hall of Fame. There's some good players in that.
Yeah, it's an interesting club. Mike Bossy's name coming up in the people to get to 1,000 points faster than McDavid. Eyebrow raising. A reminder, short but dominant career.
Yeah. And another one of those things, because we were talking with Dwayne Sutter. He had a 6'4" defenseman on his back all the time. Just water skiing, slashing, whacking, 50 goals, 50 goals, 50 goals. I mean, it's crazy. You can go and take a look at it. It's a good player. Pinder Report?
Let's do it.
Actually, you know what I want to say? Our buddy Justin over at Vina Nova. Go and check out the brand new location at Market Mall, because now that the snow is coming down, it's like, oh, well, I guess Christmas is coming, because we're stupid. Sometimes we need, we wait to get our winter tires put on until the snow comes. We wait until it's really close to Christmas before we start buying Christmas gifts. You don't need to be stupid. Don't need to be. Vina Nova takes away, they'll help mitigate some of that stupidity, because they're there for you with their lab-grown diamonds. New Market Mall location opened earlier this month. They want to thank the Barn Burner community again for the support, easier access, better hours. Love it for everybody over there. And it's lab-grown diamonds. They're made in the lab. They're pristine. They're perfect. And isn't that what you want to give the significant other in your life, the lover, your lover?
Lava.
Just a lava.
You want to give some dirty. I think there's like a speck of, looks like rat poop. And what is in this diamond? Well, they dug it out of the ground. Well, why would I give this to my significant other, my lover? Why do I want to give my lover this? It's got, is that bird droppings in there? Oh, probably it came out of they dug it out of the ground. What about something nicer? Well, we have these here that they were made in a diamond lab, and they wear coats, and it's very clean and fancy and perfect. Well, that sounds better to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they're more affordable? Yeah. Well, that sounds stupid. Yeah, we're waiting for there to be a market correction, but for right now, the perfect ones are cheaper than the ones with the mouse poop in them. Vinanova.com, Market Mall. Check them out. Christmas is coming. Got about 5 weeks.
It's coming quick, Dean.
Jeez, that is quick.
You know what we did here at the Highs? I said, somebody get a big piece of paper. And then the woman that I live with ended up doing it. Can we just do like here's what's happening in everyone's life?
This is called a calendar, by the way, Dean.
I need to.
You don't even.
When are you?
New concept.
Yeah. Write it down. Oh, well, we're going to be, Taylor Swift, and write it down. Oh, I've got a tournament. Write it down. Because if you don't, you're going to be sitting here like some other jackanape who waited until the snow hit the ground for his winter tires. You're going to be, it's Christmas Eve. I've not bought any. I don't have any. Don't be stupid. Don't be stupid. Don't be stupid.
Lava.
Lava.
Are they? So this is next weekend for the Eras tour, or was this past weekend? Because they're doing like 6 days in a row or something crazy.
Well, I think seven shows at the stadium, not the rink.
Yeah, no, the 50,000+ place.
Yeah. I think they're, I don't know if it's 3 last weekend and then they're 2 and 2. I'm not sure what it is, but it's a big deal.
People are very excited about that.
They were away yesterday, which I was okay with, but had to do wristbands or whatever the
friendship bracelet thing.
Yeah, had to make a bunch of those because you don't make them for yourself. You make them and then you trade them and you give them to other people. So that's nice.
Sounds like camp.
There's outfits and cost that I don't know, like they're wearing specific and special stuff. Hey,
it's a club we're not invited apparently.
Yeah, it's all right. It's all right. You know what though? It's probably one of those things. Oh, you're all cool. I hear the show's flipping amazing.
Yeah, it's
just 3.5 hours. It
not
just
a fluke,
goes. Yeah. I don't do anything for 3.5 hours. I wake up. I got to get up when I'm sleeping for 3.5 hours. I can't do this any longer.
So what you're saying is you could do nothing for 3.5 hours. That's about it.
Well, even nothing. Then it starts to hurt.
Chasing or what?
I get tight. It's like I haven't moved in 3 hours, and now, this is no good. Fellas, the Honda Ridgeline, the convenience of an all-wheel drive pickup with the comfort and smooth ride of a sedan. Car and Driver magazine ranked the interior of the Ridgeline tops in its class in terms of practicality and comfort. And right now, get the new 2025 Ridgeline Black Edition and get a $2,000 Honda bonus, and qualified Honda owners get an additional $2,000 loyalty bonus. It's like they're begging you to do it.
It's a good idea.
Why resist? Northwest Auto Mall online at villagehonda.com. Our buddies at Village.
Ryan Pinder.
They'll bring you the Pinder Report.
All right, boys. Well, it's been some time. Remember, we talked about how busy that schedule was? 5 times in 8 days and 5 cities and 3 time zones and 3 and 4 and back-to-backs to travel. Yeah, 1 game between the Tuesdays. You saw it Friday. Maybe. It was Nashville. And we've actually done a big rebranding. I don't know if you guys saw the web. It is now Wolf Nation, not Flames Nation, as we have multiple recaps of what's going on in Flames land, all of them featuring Dustin Wolf. Goaltending duo, first shutout, Wolf shutout. He's become the story of the Flames over the last week. And if he starts tomorrow against the Islanders, the second of this 4-game homestand, it would be 5 of the last 7 starts going to Wolf. I can't see them going to Vladar. Just you've seen exemplary performances from both Vladar and Wolf rewarded with a second straight start. What do you guys feel?
I want to know more about Flash Stevens.
Flash. We got some flashing later. That's
on the he, she on the, are they on the payroll? I was not familiar that I didn't know we had Flash.
FS. Yeah.
I wonder about that. I mean, you definitely have a plan in place with the flexibility and the, hey, I've got the power to deviate from this plan. But I wonder how much if they set it out in September, October, how different is the workload, what we've seen now through 20 games, as to what they had kind of planned out at the start of the season.
They've only alternating twice, and it was coming off great victories by a goalie. So that's kind of why I think you'll see him on Tuesday. Bedard had a shutout, played the next game. Wolf just had a shutout. They've also given him the softer of matchups, Rangers versus Islanders. A lot of arrows pointed at Wolf tomorrow, in my opinion.
I'd agree.
I would agree. Let's go to the standings. Where are they at? What's going on? We'll start with the West. Flames, fellas. Jeez.
Fellas.
It's a lot of games played. 18. It's not nothing.
All right. Who's behind them that's coming up? And is anyone
Colorado
above them? Okay,
Slam
Colorado's in. So
Oilers, I'd expect. And then you're in bubble pain. Didn't take much, did it?
I had some bubble pain on the weekend.
Really?
You?
Garlic or hot sauce?
I don't know. I think it was too much meat.
Oh. Where were you?
It's not your business.
Oh.
Sorry. Bubble pain.
Told us all about Spruce Grove or St. Albert. This place wherever you went this time, must have been pretty high end. You don't want to get
St. Louis, just eat Hamburg barbecue. What's going on here?
Pretty important. I'm a pretty important person.
Here's the East. Deal. Why am I showing you the East, boys?
I don't know.
Next 8 games for the Calgary Flames, 7 against Eastern foes. Let's have a little peek-see here. Islanders and Rangers, they're next 2.
Hartford and Pittsburgh.
Montreal. Hartford. Isles, as you can see, they're there. Coming in outside of a playoff spot. Rangers, Shesterkin, Panarin, Boo Fox, Trouba. It's good players there. Lafreniere coming into his own. And, of course, they got other guys that scored 50 goals in the league, like Chris Kreider.
I'll ask this, without knowing what the other team's schedules are.
Yep.
Do the Islanders, Rangers, Wild, do they play the Flames as the soft touch? We've kind of talked about this. You're starting your guy against the Oilers and McDavid. Vancouver, not great at home right now, but are you still going to get the backup treatment? Even though
Islanders,
backup,
you noted it. We're out here last week. They played the Oilers last week. They were in Seattle. They're swinging around. They will play Calgary after being off since Saturday, and then not again until the Detroit Thursday. So you'll probably see their best. We'll slowly go through this. Guess if you want.
Which would be Sorokin, I'm guessing.
I absolutely. If
is Wade Dublovitz still their backup?
It's Varlamov still, but yeah.
Is it not Noodles?
DiPietro and his 18-foot pads? No. Okay.
Because we saw that video of Noodles as an Islander there last week. I
can't believe he's not employed.
It was sensational
after that.
Yeah.
Rangers see Calgary after Vancouver and before Edmonton, but no unusual rest. Day off in between. Nothing too crazy there. And then Minnesota, they'll wrap the homestand with their first meeting against the Wild, who've been off to a great start this year. Goaltending, Faber, Kaprizov, been a really nice start. They come to Calgary having played 2 days before in Edmonton. So they don't get the second half of a back-to-back on any of them.
Anyway, I just kind of throwing it out there.
Yeah.
It's, you know what? Ryan, back to you.
Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it. Let us move. Alex Ovechkin doing Alex Ovechkin things. Please observe. 39 years old with a hat trick.
Attaboy.
Pretty good. Not a lot of guys since, 1980-81 have done that. Ovi at 39 years and 61 days. Joe Thornton, 39 and change. Shane Doan, 39 and change. Jaromir Jagr, 42. Ageless wonder. Days away from his 43rd birthday, his last hat trick. Tamo did it at 40. Nick Lidstrom, wow, at 40. Nieuwendyk and Robitaille also did it at age 39. So impressive. Not first time ever stuff. Go ahead, Dean.
I was going to say, in addition, he has 13 and 17 and has become the first player aged 39 or older in NHL history to lead the league in goals, outright or tied, minimum 10. This is he's also 7 shy of his 20th 20-goal season.
Yeah, I'm not worried about 20 for him. That's by Christmas. There it is.
Oh, it is.
Youngest guy, oldest guy to be leading the league in goals. Minimum 10 games. Minimum 10 goals, excuse me. It's, you see who he's tied with? It's good company. Sam Reinhart, can't miss. Pretty good talent. Who else is stuck at 13?
Cole Caulfield?
Let's pull it up. I just had it and blanked out. I was like, I'm not going to write this down. I'm going to remember this. Sure you are, stupid. Draisaitl was 13. There it is.
Boomer told you just earlier. Write it down.
Write it down.
Draisaitl.
If only you had some pens.
Got lots of different colors. Black pen, JT Miller, scratched.
Ooh.
He's in the lineup, but how about his career low in Vancouver for ice time?
2 shifts in the third. That was it. Yeah.
Rick Tocchet, though. I just went with the guys that I thought could get us back in the game. Does this have anything to do with a JT Miller injury, Rick? No. God, he's blunt. I love him.
That's bad.
Yeah. It's harsh.
They're still good, though, Vancouver. I thought there seems like there's a bit of turmoil there, but
Pettersson's now going, but now JT isn't.
Would you like to hear something?
Please.
And this is one of the things I thought we'd talk about tomorrow, but we're in it. They are 6-1 on the road. Stellar.
Canucks.
They've lost 7 of 10 at home. 3, 4, and 3 on home ice, and have allowed at least 5 goals in 5 of those 10.
Roxas getting them.
What's that seasonally adjusted mental health? Can't see the sun.
Yeah.
Rainy.
Are they doing too much of that hacky sacking down by the seawall? Getting all high?
They're high. They might play better.
Maybe.
I'm depressed with
Chill out, talk it. Have a gummy, dude. I just thought we'd play some guys who were going to get us back into the game. See, you read the quote, you don't know how you don't know what's context.
Context's important.
I don't know. I just thought I'd play some guys that might get us back in it. I don't know.
Here's the slate tonight. Jackets at Bruins, Avalanche at Flyers, Oilers in Montreal. We'll revisit that with our Bet365 bets later. Interesting little trends showing up for that game. Ducks and Stars, Caps and Utes, and then the aforementioned Red Wings with Frank. This could be a really nice rock bottom. The team you gave Jake Wallman to with a second rounder in their house. That could be fun tonight if you like paying.
Yeah, the Wings are no good.
Nigget.
No good.
Who's coaching?
Everyone does love Stevie, but I think there's a lot of people asking questions all of a sudden. What's going on there, Stevie? You've been there a while now.
Who is their coach? I was going to say something that's not nice.
No, don't do that.
If you don't have something nice to say, it's probably going to be said on Barn Burner. Probably.
Is that the slogan?
That's probably how it's going to go, yeah.
Calgary Wranglers having a pretty good time. Long stretch of games on the road. They were in San Jose on the weekend. They blew a lead last night, but did get the point for overtime. That's 3 of a possible 4 against the Barracuda. They'll keep traveling through California in the desert.
Barracuda!
Is that rink a dump, Pinder?
Which? The Barracuda?
Yeah.
I think they play at the Shark Tank. I believe
you're right. They
share
do.
the facility, but there are some dumps. I don't know that Bakerfield's nice.
Yeah, the Barracuda, you're right. I was thinking San Diego.
No, it's nice. They dumped a bunch of money, renovated it like 15 years ago. Yeah, people rave about it. They got cheap beer night on Friday. It's a party.
Oh,
let's
go.
Let's San Diego.
Let's go.
Beautiful place.
Get out of here.
The whales.
Hell out of here. Yeah, SeaWorld, all that. Yeah. Look at all the yellow. Fellas are on the road for a half month. I mean, they'll probably come home after Tucson, but still, they're getting those air miles for boys, aren't they? Yeah.
Nope. Those are all bus rides.
Ouch. They're busing from Calgary to Tucson. Son of a.
It's terrible.
Oh, dear.
Tucson not spelt like how you'd think it'd be pronounced, eh?
Here's the thing. Devin Cooley boy slipping. I know he's had a hot start, but look at this. He gave up 2 goals.
Come on. Yes.
2 goals on the weekend. That's right. Save percentage down from 954 to 953.
Won't stand for it.
Come get your pink slip, son. You're done. It was Walter Ignatiev in net last night.
Gross.
Setback. Hey, come on. He's a very nice guy. You talked with him. You liked him. He had a little swagger. Almost had the empty netter in Penticton. Oh.
Ew.
so good. It sounds like the real guy. NFL, another busy Sunday. In the rearview mirror yesterday, some classics, but here's something that had never happened before. Look at this. Now, it's on the internet. It's got to be true. No way I could fact check this.
Yeah, why bother? Why would you? Jordan Schultz says it's the case.
Yeah,
it's the Schultz report.
He's spending $8 a month. You can't lie to us. Joe Burrow, Pat Mahomes, and Lamar Jackson all losing. Never happened on the same week before.
Never happened. Don't bother looking into it.
Didn't happen.
Nope. It's never been done.
Nope. Never. And that's good news for Rec because that means his boy Josh Allen won. We'll get to that in a sec. Here's Joe Burrow, though, and the Bengals' losses. Like 18-2. How do you like that ratio?
Good.
Like 2,200 passing yards nearly. Completed 2/3 of his pass. Could we get this guy like defense or an offensive line? What are we doing here?
Well, I think Jamar Chase's numbers are about as gaudy. They've had some bad beats for sure.
Don't cheer for teams we don't want to have success. No one cares about Cincinnati.
I do like Joe Burrow. I'm trying to get him out of there. Right?
He's a weirdo with his dumb suits.
Yeah, Marty loves the Bengals.
I saw on Good Morning Football.
Oh,
what's her name? The host. I forget what her name is. Jane Erdahl.
Okay, sorry.
She was saying, let's take a look. So she took a side by side. Remember Burrow had the shaved, kind of the blonde hair at the start of the year.
The M&M look, yeah.
And then looking at him now, and he's still got just a little bit of the blonde left on the top.
Frosted tips.
I know about hair. And he's trying to tell you that, it's just the blonde growing out. I just haven't. No. You're frosting your tips, dude.
Oh, big time.
Yeah. You're frosting your tips. Don't give us this bullshit about, I just haven't cut it down yet.
It works.
We had a chat Saturday. You would have loved it, Dean. Myself, Retro, and the Shoveler, all three of us basically in agreement he needs to frost his tips again.
Oh, really?
It works.
The hair is unbelievable.
What if you did like the Hogan stash beard, like go blonde with the handlebar and then black?
And I've got a pickleball tournament coming up next weekend. Maybe
don't get kicked in the mouth.
Yeah.
Right in the
We're doing the kicking if you got the Hulk outfit. That's good.
Elsewhere, you got the pythons.
Oh, big time. I've been doing curls. I'm in a gym right now.
Yeah, I see that.
There you are.
Yeah.
Merry Thanksgiving, 2 weeks away in the NFL. And look at this. Talk about Cooper Rush, Tommy DeVito, reconnecting families across the country who would otherwise be ignoring each other to watch football. Isn't that beautiful?
It's so good.
Classy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Danny Dimes is benched. He's cooked. He's 3 on the depth chart today. Hope you enjoyed your time in New York, son.
Tommy Cutlets. He's back.
Until he's not. Drew Lock's breathing down his neck, Dean.
Yeah, I was kind of thought it was Locke was the guy, and then I read this morning DeVito. Well,
Cutlets. You've seen some weird stuff signed. Rhett, what's the oddest thing you've put a signature on? Played the fifth. Okay. Well, here's Devontae Adams.
Back to you, Ryan.
Okay, there's a football. There's a hamburger. What the hell? I mean, it's 1 of 1 to the.
Now, is there any meat in there? Maybe he's carb conscious.
Yeah, some of them burger joints, nothing goes bad, so it's fun.
Come on now.
Nice jacket, Devontae. Wow, geez. Impressive stuff. Sign bun. Get everyone to see it before it turns green.
Buns.
Kind of happy they stink.
Sign some buns, Rat? Is that what I heard?
Did you see their record since they let Sala go? It's like 1-5 or whatever they are, 1-4 since they gunned Sala. And the players are like, our defense is probably not as good as it was at the start of the season.
Wasn't it record-breaking defense?
Yeah, well, he was their defensive guy.
Great in San
Fran. Go ahead, fire me, I guess. Let the 40-year-old quarterback run shit.
You bring his friends in. That'll make things better, right? Any more friends left? No. Ah, shoot. Let's go to the big game north of the border as BC Place was bumping, fellas, for the Argonauts and the Blue Bombers. Well, hang on. Let's start with the positive before anyone takes any runs at the CFL here. Let's give them credit for an incredible night that we'll all remember forever because of one of the greatest streakers we've seen in the last 5 to 10 years. Don't know if anyone's seen this video, but it is exceptional. And really want to congratulate the streaker on giving Grey Cup 111 something we'll never forget.
Was it John Bender?
That is not John. And that is the one moment a flapping fur jacket covered all the things we need to cover to show you this photo. Did you see this or no?
No, I did not.
Oh my goodness.
Ben just watched it for hours.
turns around, trips, falls over, big spill, gets up, drops the phone, saunters around.
The Oilers lady.
Security slowly walk up. Like in the U.S., they'll absolutely break your arm for streaking. She got to do a little twirl there, and then they even let her put her jacket on before she was escorted out. Unbelievable stuff. Well done.
So it's a lady?
It's a lady. That's hair flying. Yeah.
She's a lady.
She's a lady. Yeah. On the other side, there were some forgettable moments. I think the CFL has got a new trophy. The MVP of the game gets, whatever that is. It's a very
Is it a
small.
soapstone?
Is that a soap scope? What do we got here?
Soap scope.
That's for reference. That's the size of James Duffy's microphone. The 3-year-old's like, yeah, that's mine. Where's Daddy's?
Yeah.
Congrats, Nick Arbuckle.
Former Stamp.
Yeah, there's a lot of former Stamps over there.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw this morning, but former NFL running back had a really nice run of 4 years here. It's not mincing words about where the issues lie in Calgary.
Oh, dear.
Yeah.
Not
ideal.
You can't say anything nice.
You just won the Grey Cup. It doesn't have to be about Calgary and getting that final shot in. You can go celebrate with your boys. Say that.
Oh, well.
Let's move along. Everyone enjoyed their fight on Friday, I'm sure.
Oh,
because it definitely was a fight, and it definitely was in high resolution.
It's the old.
To be fair, when I played Mike Tyson's Punch-Out on Nintendo Entertainment System, it kind of looked like this.
Yeah.
It was exactly what we all feared it could be, which was an incredibly awful con job of ludicrous proportions. I'm suggesting it might have even been worse than McGregor Mayweather, which was an absolute heist of people's money. The only difference, we were already paying for Netflix, I suppose.
I still think McGregor was trying to win in that fight, at least.
I didn't see a lot of trying in any of those two fights from any of the 4 fighters.
There was no trying in this one.
No.
That's for sure.
And that's kind of a premise of martial arts, is actually trying to hit your opponent.
Well, and it's sad because I've been a proponent of, if you two are arguing with each other, we should, as politicians, you want to argue? Get in the ring. Sort it out.
No, Jack had an idea on the weekend. Jack, you turn your mic. Tell us what you were marinating on here, because I think it's a great idea. If we can just have fights and no one actually tries to hurt each other, why the hell can't we get in on this absolute, windfall of cash?
Yeah, I was saying you, Boom, and Pinder, we should set up a fight, and we'd probably sell at the Dome. It seems simple enough.
Don't even have to throw at each other. No one has to try. We'll just take the money, and everyone's going to be like, yeah, well, I would have taken the money too, and no one's even mad at them.
If I got you two in a ring, you're not getting out.
You get us in the cage, you're just going to lock it and be like, bye.
Yeah, you're done.
I was so angry. I was not sober, but I was angry. And I just thought this was so pathetic. And this is one of the main reasons boxing is so dead, is that this is what all the promotional effort goes towards. And this will be a lot of people's first boxing match they've ever seen. You're like, so people care about that, huh?
Hey, now catch yourself a little bit. What did they bring in?
Well, it's $60 million they got paid between the two of them, if that's what you're asking.
Okay, yeah. So they got paid. What
Yes.
did Netflix? What did the ticket seller?
Yeah, a lot of people made some serious dough here.
And how many people watched?
Well, didn't they say it was
tons?
But
80
that's my
million?
point, is that you might be mad about it and you don't like the competition and the lack of compete or whatever, the ridiculousness of it. They're going to do it again, and guess what?
You know what though? Because if he fights Mayweather, people are gonna friggin' watch it. But there is some kind of a statute of limitations. So, okay, well, you fought this guy who's not a fighter. All right, you fought an MMA guy, and then so it's Tyson, who looked to be in great shape, and you watch all the videos to the point that was it baked? Was it is it a fix? Mike did not try and hit him, and in fairness, he didn't really try and hit Mike. They were all very much at arm's length to the point you could buy it if somebody said it was a con job. We're going to go the distance and no one gets hurt.
Yeah, and I'm not disputing its popularity. What I'm saying is a lot of people will feel burnt and say, bleep boxing, I'm out for the next one.
I think a lot of people will just do the same thing, especially when it's free on Netflix.
Yeah, there is that. I think that's.
I mean, which is, I guess it's not free, but do you know what I mean? You're
Why
not
not?
coughing up a hundo.
That would be the other thing. I'm curious. Well, they did a good job, right? Mike looked good, and he was back, and everybody wants Jake Paul to get knocked the F out.
How much is Jake Paul willing to? I mean, he might have enough money now where he's like, I don't need that.
He's got tons.
But my point was like, if he's going to get 50 million, are you going to risk getting knocked out?
Well, why would he fight anyone that's good?
Why
He doesn't
would
have
you?
to, clearly.
Yeah.
Right?
And
Like-
it doesn't have to be him. Like he's a tool, but he's not an idiot. Clearly.
No, he's a good businessman. And no one's saying these aren't good businessmen. What we're saying is this is why the credibility of the sport's in the shitter.
But that's not sorry, I'm defending boxing, but that's not boxing.
I agree.
This
I
is
feel like this is
celebrity.
There are good cards. It's just that those ones don't get attention. That's sort of what I'm sad about. I was texting Brunt and just
It's like a
venting hard.
sideshow event, right? It's
Yeah,
a carnival type thing. If you want to
Jack
buy
said it
tickets
best.
to see the bearded lady,
People love seeing stupid shit.
Mm-hmm.
Hence the Pinder Report. I mean, really.
And the thing is, his bet, he's just good enough a boxer to make it look like he can box. You know what I
and
mean?
if you had tens of millions of dollars and you trained for 5 years and you went to someone and said, make me into the best boxer you can make me, I'd hope you'd be able to beat up a near 60-year-old guy who had a seizure 8 months ago or whatever the hell it was.
There's natural ability in all sports and stuff, but boxing is the same as you can train for it. And
Yes.
get
if you want it.
Yeah. Oh, you're going to compensate me 50 schmil? I'm going to put some time into this. Yeah, I'm going to. Okay.
So we'd almost rather watch two people that don't know how to box. Get in there and let's go.
You can do that, and it's online.
Yeah.
And they're usually in a. There's some bales. There's the bales, and we could have that kind of event too.
But I watched it. I did. Of course. Yeah.
I bet on it. I was in.
I bet on it too.
People love watching stupid shit. That is the thing. With that in mind, back to the ladders. We had a long spell without ladders, Dean. But
yes,
got to get back to got to play the hits, guys.
Yeah, you got to play the hit.
Get back into the wheelhouse, ladders and snakes, all the good stuff. Here we are. Let's take a look.
I hurt myself.
Oh, see, that's plot twist, Dean. Wasn't the ladder? God, took the power drill in the forehead. Oh.
I think he forgot it was up there.
See, this is why ladders get a bad name. That had nothing to do with ladders.
Yeah, that was not about ladders.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Damn.
Now, risk reward. Rhett talks about it with his kids.
What'd you do, bud?
I stabbed myself with a knife.
Oh.
Risk reward. Was it worth it?
Mm-mm.
How about this? Is this worth it?
This seems high. I don't like heights.
A lot of altitude here, and yeah, there's not a. Jeez.
AI.
And people
Like
praise
5 degrees
Tom
there?
Cruise for doing his own stunts. Hire this guy.
Oh, hire this guy before he's gone.
Yeah, he ain't lasting long.
You got to
You
hit.
don't have
1,000.
anything. Clearly, you got nothing to live for if that's your.
It's so sad. I can't believe. What do you mean you can't believe it?
I can believe it.
He was jumping from buildings in a single bound until he didn't.
Now this is good. Speaking of jumping from buildings in a single bound, wait to let this all play out and really soak in the audio here, Dean. This is looks like some sort of apartment building in Florida.
AI.
Cool. There's a gentleman up top contemplating big splash. What are you doing? What?
Oh.
Keep the sound up.
Hey man, you gotta quit doing that stupid shit.
Hey man, you gotta stop doing that stupid shit. It's Tuesday. That idiot's jumping off the roof again into the pool from 4 stories. Man, what are we doing here, dude?
I want to feel alive.
You just keep jumping in the lake, Rhett.
I was going to go into the lake. Today was going to be my last day, but there's a crust of snow on it. And I was like, I could still do it if you guys want to see me spin a dipping.
Yeah, I don't know that anyone's in a position to goat you into anything. It's cold now. I'm worried about your life jumping in that.
I got great life insurance.
That's great to hear. Now, you were driving. You said you took your kid to hockey this morning? Because we got some dash cam evidence of this. If you look in the bottom right corner, you're humming. There's 148 clicks, Red. Slow down.
Late.
And then, oh, dear.
This is nice.
Oh, yeah, there you are.
Well done.
Oh, yeah, stuck the landing. Nice work, Red. You said coming north. Is there more traffic?
Yeah. This was headed south, so there was some openings for me to weave in and out of. So
that's
on the way back, no options.
Well done. Nice. I was introduced to my mortal enemy on the weekend. This asshat in San Francisco is a Bay Area superfan who claims to have invented the wave.
That's an easy self-proclamation. Like what?
I'm back into this fake fighting thing. Let's sell out the dome.
Yes.
Turd up to Calgary. Let's go.
So you're going to fight Crazy George. Wasn't there a Crazy George in BC? Big Lions fan, and he had the drum.
There's lots of Crazy Georges. This guy, I mean, if Jake Paul can fight guys 30 years older than him, this guy's not 30 years older than me. Maybe he
that
is.
Guy
whatever.
Would whoop your ass.
Ryan, I'm telling you right now, if you want to get into a fight with someone, I will help in any way possible.
Can you get Crazy George to Calgary?
I'll do whatever it takes.
This guy cost Wolf a shutout last week on Monday.
Yeah, George.
Ass. Let's keep moving.
Invented the wave. I'm going to get on social media and just start putting
Go to your
stuff.
Wikipedia page. Like Rhett Warner invented democracy. Wow, that's an incredible invention. Well done, man.
Traveled the first person to cross the Atlantic. Amazing.
It's like in Curb. My grandpa invented the Cobb salad. Oh, Bob Cobb at the Brown Derby restaurant.
Raccoons are adorable. Raccoons.
No.
Yeah, so cute.
Smart little
Ricky on Trailer Park Boys calls them rakins. That's how Jack spells it as well. But this is a raccoon. Let's take
sharp teeth.
You're so stupid, Jack.
The garbage is right there. Kind of looks like a little
Hollywood cracker.
Puppy. That's Rhett didn't like that. Patient.
Again,
sharp teeth.
Who could have seen it coming?
What do you dislike more, snakes or spiders, Dean?
Well, I'm going to see both, so just roll the
Let's
clip.
Just fire the clip. Here we go. Jack, you got to start labeling these fuzzy puppy or something. Let's go. This guy's having a shower.
And that spider crawls out that goddamn hole, and the snake goddamn follow the goddamn fucking spider. And I'm over here like, la da 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 da, and I fucking look up, and I'm like, what the fuck? Man, fuck Oklahoma, man. What the fuck is this?
Oklahoma,
off the list.
Burn it down.
Yeah, that state. We're down to 49. Don't need that one anymore. Finally, Dean,
it's one of your favorite shower caddy thing he's got there to hold his shampoos. I'm sure.
This is exfoliating.
Yeah, his loofah.
That's
for his undercarriage.
Very good. Make sure you loofah your undercarriage.
You got to loofah that undercarriage. You're going to want that true coat. Mr. Lundegaard, you're a goddamn liar.
The most popular drop maybe in the history of your career.
Mine?
Would have
Not
to
much
be
of a career. Oh, I see. You want the well, yeah.
Because I think
Oh my god.
Yeah.
It's an excellent clip. It's a great drop. And if you like that, you're going to love this. A lot of Gators, team.
Get in there, you slab head.
This thing's like one of the most terrifying animals on the planet. They're all scared of the shovel.
Shoveler, yeah.
Does this work out?
They don't want to mess.
They really don't want any part of it.
They want no part of the shoveler.
Here comes the shoveler asshole again. Was that him snapping?
This is the newest video game. It's so good.
I'm in.
Listen. Good times.
See, the Gators aren't all bad clips. That's a great Gator clip.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you got a shovel and a moat or whatever that is.
I can't wait to visit.
Yeah.
You're selling
I need
shovels
a moat
for
with
50
Gators
bucks.
to keep people away.
Exactly, right? You really want to come and talk to me about cleaning my exterior windows? Do you? You sure? Okay, come on over. Are you going to put down a No. I think there's a gator in there. Is that an alligator? Oh, there's a few of them in there. Yeah. Probably Baker's does at last count. And you're not going to put down well, how bad do you want to wash my windows? Prick.
Do you like the comment from Davis in the comments here? Just waiting for one of the Gators to be like, "Oh my God!
Oh my God!"
That's Pinder Report.
Oh my God!
How do you know that's not an alligator? You don't know where I got that clip from.
Might have been the same clip. You just cut it short.
The same clip. There you go. Village Honda. From now till the end of the month, Village is collecting non-perishable food items to fill a Honda. They got one right there in the showroom. Stop by, drop off your donation. Village will deliver it all to the Veterans Food Bank of Alberta. Nice job, Village. Your dealership for life, and they'll sell you cars. You know, they're doing that too.
Grab a car while you're in there.
Grab a car, drop off your, your non-perishables. Grab an Accord.
A couple.
Have a great rest of your day.
One for the folks, one for your better half.
And I meant to message Anthony. I don't know if there's a deadline for when you want the big red bows when you buy the vehicle for Christmas. They got to get those made special. They're not just hanging out in the back. They don't have a warehouse full of big red car bows waiting for you. Give them some kind of heads up. Don't be a jerk. Village Honda, located at the Northwest Auto Mall.
For life.
Your dealership for life. Next week, Ron McLean. You know him? Heard of him?
The Ron?
Hockey Night in Canada.
Oh.
He's the host. He was the host for a long time, then wasn't. Stupid decision. And then back again. Well, he's coming to Calgary to be a part of a fundraising effort for the Salvation Army. You know, you go out to the shopping malls or whatever, and you hear clink, 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 clink. They got the things that. It's the kettle campaign, Salvation Army Christmas Kettle Campaign, and it is Hope in the City is the name of the event. And you can get tickets, and you can help, and Ron's going to be there as the guest speaker to support the Salvation Army's Christmas Kettle Campaign.
The Salvation Army's annual Christmas fundraising campaign kicks off November 26th at the Calgary TELUS Convention Center for a magical evening of hockey stories and memories from Ron McLean. Don't miss this incredible and inspiring event. Proceeds and donations go to Salvation Army programs and services that support families and individuals that need some extra help here in Calgary, such as food services, seniors activities, Christmas assistance, summer camps, and so much more. Tickets are on sale now at hopecalgary.ca.
There you go. HopeCalgary.ca. Get your tickets for that. And when you're out doing your, with all of the, no doubt, hustle and bustle.
Right.
If you see somebody out there with the kettle, put a little in there. Ding, 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 ding. Help out a great cause, would you? Help it out. Bet365. The world's largest sports betting platform. I was on it a lot yesterday. I won't lie to you.
Ooh, how'd it go?
There were some games doing a little bit of this, right? It's like, oh, big lead. Oh, is it going away? Oh, look, here come the Bengals. What's going to happen? Can they hang? Who? Download the app. Use the promo code NATION when you sign up. Huge range of markets. It's not
tons.
So what do they got? Hockey and football. Yeah.
No. Everything you've ever heard of. Stuff you haven't even heard of.
Yeah. I like Red said, we were in on the fake fight the other night.
Yeah.
Fight to last 3.5 rounds. Jake Paul win? Yes, please. Winner. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. Let's take a look. See.
I thought we're gonna hone in. on Oilers Habs. This is your Amazon game of the night. 2 Canadian teams, always fun. Now, starting with a tie. This sounds like an odd bet. It is big game hunting. Why would I think there's going to be a tie? Well, friends, the last 3 Edmonton Oilers games have all gone to overtime.
Oh.
Well, what about the last 2 times they played the Montreal Canadiens, Dean? Well, they also have gone to overtime. We'll see if that odd trend sticks for one more night, and if it does, a healthy plus 375 if the Oilers and Habs get past regulation.
There you go.
Also, Leon Draisaitl, it's 6 of the last 8 games. He's hit 2 points. He's been on an absolute tear. This was plus 170 last week, so the odds makers are starting to pay attention. But plus 125 for a 2-point Draisaitl. I keep hitting it till it stops working. Let's go.
Not to put you on the spot, but where does that compare to a McDavid 2+ points?
He's minus like 150.
Right.
It's not even close.
So that's a big swing for
and
a guy that gets about the same number of points.
If McDavid has 2, Leon probably has 2 as well. They are somewhat tied at the hip. Power play production, same line, a lot of the time, all that stuff.
Yeah. Very nice.
Hot tear from Leon.
And of course, we got a football game tonight.
Do we have a feel on the footballs tonight?
One team's good and one team's terrible.
Yeah, one team's pretty good, I think. Yeah. And the other team doesn't feel like they're any good at all.
That would lead me to believe that the line is a significant line.
Yeah, because I think actually we do our picks. I think I'm on this one tonight, which is why we can't do our picks yet.
Yeah, it was 7.5 when you made the pick. It's now down to 7. The Houston Texans are in the house that Sarah built. You're getting 7.5 because you picked Friday. Yeah. I'll give you the 7 with that.
Hardly seems fair.
Whoa. Pinder,
they're going to blow the doors off the Cowboys. They're absolute trash. So you don't have to sweat this line here. That's my feel on this.
Loser buys pizza. I love this pizza bet thing that Rhett started
Rhett.
last week. This is freaking fantastic.
Let's go.
I love it a lot.
The points, Rhett.
Yeah, I love it a lot. Yeah, Jack, just get some pizza bets going.
Come on,
Whatever
Jack. I'll have a bet with you. No problem. You owe me.
All right, let's do it. What do you want to bet?
You owe me.
You owe me.
Yeah, how do I owe you?
I lost that bet. Now you owe me losing a bet.
Yeah.
You made the opportunity to get it back.
That's right.
All right, what do you want to bet?
Pizza.
Okay. What side are you taking?
Such a dope.
Are we doing tonight's game?
I think let's do every Thursday game, and then Friday we'll.
All right.
Friday pizza?
Steelers are the Thursday nighter this week. If we have the patience, Jack will be so bent out of shape by Thursday for this game against the Browns. It's going to be unbelievable.
I'm going to take advantage of his excitement.
So tonight it's an even 7. Cowboys at home to the Texans. Is Nico Collins back?
Nico's back. He was removed from the injury list.
Right?
Yeah.
He's on the list.
And Mixon has got at least a game under his belt. And Tank Dell had a pretty good game last week.
I don't want that guy to do good.
This just screams it's too easy, right?
Yeah. Kind of like when we saw 14 points for Detroit against Jacksonville.
Yeah,
it's like that's a lot of
How
points.
about that? I mean, is there any part of that? Because it was Jameson Williams dives into the end zone, grabbing his crotch, doing the Marshawn Lynch. It's like 35-6.
And they weren't even close to done.
Maybe late. Yeah, I think 52. Is that what the end was? 52-6 or something like that?
They ended up with 52 points. The Jaguars less than a touchdown converted.
Is there any party that worries about the football gods that you're just flexing a little too hard, that it's going to come back and get you in the tuchus?
My concern is not surrounding the Lions. The Jaguars are straight shit.
Yeah, they don't look good.
Trevor Lawrence is supposed to be their savior. Oh, the best quarterback prospect since Peyton Manning. Like, he's a guy. He's hurt. Are they just always going to be bad? Is this team allowed to be good?
They're moving to the CFL. They're going to be.
That's exciting, eh? Get relegated?
Yeah.
Well, wasn't it a few years ago their defense was really good, and it's like they got this Lawrence. He's gonna.
Yes, Allen.
Yes,
Josh Allen.
Josh Allen, who added a hyphenated last name,
hasn't worked out.
No, I do have a Nog update for you, Rhett. If we're ready to move on.
Is there anybody who's tempted to take the 7 with the home side?
7 seems light.
It really
does.
Cooper Rush, guys. It's not like it's Dak. If Dak's healthy, 7 feels fair.
Yeah.
I'll do chicken. I'll take the Cowboys. 7.
Oh, you get out.
Jack, are we in? Or does someone else make the bet?
You don't want chicken. Anyway, sorry. Right. There you go. Bet365. Have fun like us. Look at this. Look at the tomfoolery we're having here. Wouldn't you like to be just like us? Bet365, all kinds of sports. It's right there on your phone. The app is awesome. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365 when you download the app and sign up. Use the promo code NATION.
You threw it out there. We're in Calgary. There's theoretically lots of great dairy around. You had cows everywhere. Nog, festive season, holidays.
Yeah, we need
snows. We need a good Christmas nog. And you'd mentioned it, and I blanked, not thinking. The Ship and Anchor, one of the more famous pubs in the history of the city, does an annual eggnog that is entirely to benefit charity. And I'm back channeling us to get maybe a couple bottles. So a reminder, get your Christmas nog, goes to a great cause, and there is great nog in the city. We will have more in your hands soon, Rhett.
Shoveler bought some yesterday. I actually told her, don't bother with that.
Because it's subpar?
Yeah, he thought there was no good nog in the city. We're on a mission to prove him wrong.
I like that. Yeah, I like that. You ever heard of the radio show Opie and Anthony?
Mm-hmm.
It was kind of... they were based in New York. They were on New York radio, and then they were on XM for a long time. And then somehow kind of got canceled, even though they were on satellite. Anyway, the one year it was called the Baby Bird, and they had one. It was at Christmas, so they would
careful.
So they get set up in the studio. There'd be a dude sitting in a chair, and there's garbage bags all around, and there'd be one other large gentleman, and he would drink eggnog. Smutch eggnog until he would vomit. And then Baby Bird would open his mouth.
Okay.
For the...
Jack.
It's on the internet. If you want to, probably if you search Opie Anthony, Baby Bird eggnog. Dude drank a lot of eggnog. And somehow it feels like more eggnog came out of him than he drank.
Oh, dear.
I don't know how it was possible, but it was really something.
See you, Rhett. Have a good day. We'll chat tomorrow.
Yeah, great show, guys.
No, there's more to do yet. Just hang on. But I like that. Like some, eggnog. Yeah.
So you're saying you want to do this? You can be
no. It just kind of whenever I hear eggnog and we're talking. Oh boy, I remember that eggnog challenge thing they did. That was no good. Can I ask a question?
Yeah, fire.
Sneezes.
Let her buck. Don't hold that in.
I blocked that one. I don't know how.
Did you? Do we like the eggnog with the boozy eggnog?
Yes.
Yeah. It's got to be done right. We've had it in studio before, and it was delicious.
Yeah.
Real
nice
eggnog,
spiced rum,
wasn't it?
One of my favorite things at Starbucks used to be an eggnog latte. And I don't know, 4 years ago, it's like, where's the eggnog latte? What are we doing here? We got gingerbread this and peppermint snap that and all this. We got all these other things. No eggnog latte. What the H? It's not like you don't have dairy in there. We got creams and
they have it in the States all the time.
My wife would slap the S out of you and tell you how much sugar's in those things. But
well,
yeah,
I mean,
tasty, I bet.
I'm pretty aware. Yeah, it's guilty pleasure. But do we not like? Is it? I'm just trying to think. Is it because they weren't selling them? Was it not a popular item? I find it hard to believe.
I find it hard to believe. I think it's one of the.
All right. Well,
Shoveler won't be happy if they're not out there.
And if you do, if they have them somewhere, maybe they have them at some other places. I just know it's the one place he was going to. Flames Nation, as part of the Nation Network, they got a little thing going here. Remember at the old place, we used to love to have some surveys.
Listen.
Tell us what. Want to hear from you. You've got some thoughts, some takes, some opinions, and now is your chance to be heard. There's a link in the description of this show. Click it and fill out our quick survey. Not only will you help us build the content, let us know what you want to see, less of what you want to see, you'll also be entered to win a $250 Fanatics gift card. We got a number of these gift cards to give away. Thank you, Fanatics, for that. So give us your thoughts and a chance to win a $250 Fanatics gift card. Don't wait, though. This ends November 29th, which is like about a week. Pretty quick. Bob a trick.
Just sent you guys the video of the streaker. I know you were really.
Thank you for that.
It's Grey Cup 111. Never forget.
There you go. Well, men, good luck with the snow.
Yeah, send our best to the shoveler, would you, Rhett?
The best. She is. She hasn't been in the house all. She's got up at 6 and was out there. She's done the whole neighborhood.
She's working the whole block.
What a birthday she's having.
Love it.
Where I was doing the show, babe, where were you? I was just down the street. Before we go, of course, it's time for Rhett's Top 5.
Oh.
How could I forget Rhett's Top 5 to kick off another week here on Barn Burner? Rhett, where are we going today?
Top 5 things to do on first day of a snowfall.
Okay.
Seasonal snowfall. Call the tire guy or the tire shop.
Yeah, thank you.
Get your winter tires organized.
I'd love to hear from you.
Yeah.
Not busy at all.
So not get them on, just call.
Yeah, just
call
touch base
to get organized
today.
about it. Yeah, check
Tell
in.
some stories. Drag out the phone call. Yeah.
Number 4, find your scraper and brush for your vehicle.
Yeah.
Because that's not available.
Mm-hmm.
3, order a new shovel.
Need that.
The 4th is make a massive pot of soup. I'm going with hamburger soup.
Oh, yeah.
And number 5, snow angels.
It's a good top 5 right there.
Aren't you a snow angel?
Not anymore.
I'm a
Shoulders.
What were you?
Somebody came to my house. I used to shovel the whole neighborhood with my kid when he was just little. And we went away one week and missed shoveling one day. And the what are the public
bylaw officer?
Yeah, what bylaw officer had the gall to stop by because someone had turned us in.
To which Rhett
Real nice.
yelled at the top of his lungs.
I was on the show when I yelled I'm a snow angel. I should have put a sign out front. You're an ass hat is what I should.
I'm a snow angel. You're an ass hat.
Yes.
Can you pick those up at Home Depot?
Yeah.
Jack, we make those shirts
for sale. No trespassing. I'm a snow angel. You're an ass hat. Just kink, kink, kink. Did you put it on your lawn or his lawn? How do you do that?
All the lawns that I shoveled.
Yeah,
Here you go.
Yeah.
Very good.
That'll do it.
See you, buddies.